Broadcasting 50,000 kilowatts from atop the tallest radio tower on the planet. We are KRSD, the Crusade Channel, Madisonville.
Well, it's what our call letters would be.
Crusade Channel News. News you can trust.
Because let's face it, the truth just sounds different. Like a symphony of facts.
And now, from the Crusade Channel News Desk.
Hello, Crusaders. Welcome to Friday, December the 12th, 2025. I'm Ron Stafford, reporting for the Crusade Channel News Desk, live from the Stafford Ranch in beautiful downtown Chester, Maryland. Today's newscast is brought to you by the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app. It's the best way to listen to the KingDude ever, and installation is so easy. Just open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, and then open the app. It's literally that easy. Here's what to listen for this hour. A gas explosion in San Fran, more drama with Miss James, and a new poll about next year's midterms. A gas explosion set off a major fire in a San Francisco Bay Area neighborhood yesterday after obliterating at least one home, blowing out windows and shaking nearby houses. 6 people were taken to hospitals for injuries. Dramatic video footage showed a home in the Hayward area sitting under a blue sky when it suddenly exploded, spewing jagged wood and other debris into the air as smoke billowed. Alameda County Deputy Fire Chief Ryan Nishimoto said he did not know if those injured were workers or residents, but he said that 3 people were immediately sent to a hospital due to their injuries, and 3 others who were sent had more minor injuries. In other news, a grand jury declined for a second time in a week to re-indict New York Attorney General Letitia James yesterday in another major blow to the Justice Department's efforts to prosecute the president's political opponents. The repeated failures amounted to a stunning rebuke of prosecutors' bid to resurrect a criminal case President Donald Trump pressured them to bring, and hinted at a growing public leeriness of the administration's retribution campaign. Finally, recent electoral victories have given Democrats increasing hope of taking back one and perhaps both houses of Congress in next year's midterm elections. But a new Reuters Ipsos poll suggests that some of that enthusiasm may be premature. Republicans hold a greater advantage with older voters who are more likely to turn out during non-presidential years. The poll found that those voters may be less swayed by the kind of cost of living issues that have animated recent Democratic campaigns. Joel Payne, a longtime Democratic strategist, said that the poll, quote, shows there is still a lot of work ahead for Democrats to unify their base and to demonstrate that they can meet the moment. Our quote of the day comes from St. Francis of Assisi. Where there is charity and wisdom, there is neither fear nor ignorance. Our saint of the day is our Blessed Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and you can learn all about her in today's Saint of the Day podcast at crusadechannel.com. You're listening to Crusade Channel News.
When most people hear the word coffee, they conjure up visions of a ceramic mug in the palm of both hands and a woman slowly sipping. This isn't a Folgers commercial. It's for cappuccino holy roast, and here's how I take mine. With a dash of vanilla, a pinch of cinnamon, a spoonful of honey, and lots of heavy cream. Add some ice, shake, and then enjoy, while knowing that's $6 the libs at Starbucks can't spend to ruin my life and yours.
Cappuccino Holy Roast in whole bean or grind is available at shop.mychurch.com.
It's officially fall, y'all, and time for cooking with the KingDude indoor tailgating with my Chicken Mamu seasoning that makes chicken wings so good they can even make a Democrat happy. Here's how. You'll need 5 pounds of natural, hormone-free, fresh chicken wings, olive oil, and a bottle of my Chicken Mamu seasoning. To butcher, brine, season, then bake those wings to crispy, golden brown perfection.
Wow, I hope I get invited to the KingDude's next tailgate.
Or if your invite got lost in the mail, don't get angry, get cooking.
And get your Chicken Mamu seasoning and this recipe at shop.mikechurch.com/chicken.
Where are you going? The spot's not over.
To see if my invite's in the mail.
Hal, open the pod bay doors.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, KingDude.
Hal, why can't you open the pod bay doors?
Because, KingDude, MAGA Earth isn't ready for you yet.
When will MAGA Earth be ready for me, Hal?
when 1.76 trillion scales have fallen from their eyes. Oh.
Yes, Al.
And KingDude, they'll also need a wicked sense of humor.
Don't be stuck in the broadcasting world of 2001. Grab a Crusade-size update and catch the Mike Church shows weekdays from 7 to 10 a.m. East, exclusively on the Crusade Channel Live Talk and Podcast Radio for the 2025 listener, the way it should be.
In other news, Southwest Airlines expects Boeing's 737 MAX 7 to be certified by around August of next year, with the U.S. carrier to start flying the small single-aisle jet during the first quarter of 2027, according to CEO Bob Jordan. Jordan said on the sidelines of an event held by the Wings Club in New York City, quote, "Boeing has said kind of mid-next summer. I guess it'll be certified, maybe in August of 2026. Jordan had previously told analysts that he expected the certification of Boeing's smallest MAX jet sometime during the first half of 2026, with the aircraft to enter service as early as the last quarter of next year. A Hollywood director was convicted yesterday on charges that he scammed Netflix out of $11 million for a show that never materialized, while he instead used the cash for lavish purchases that included several Rolls-Royces, a Ferrari, and about $1 million in mattresses and luxury bedding. Carl Eric Rinch, best known for his directing the film 47 Ronin, was convicted of wire fraud, money laundering, and other charges, according to court records and a spokesperson for federal prosecutors in New York. Finally, ministry leaders with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes say that they have distributed nearly 245,000 Bibles this year, up 25,000 from last year. The scriptures were handed out not just in the U.S., but in scores of foreign countries. FCA told the Christian Post that, quote, "By providing scripture in multiple languages, FCA aims to make the gospel accessible and culturally relevant worldwide." The ministry first began handing out Bibles to athletes who attended camps back in 1978. I'm Ron Stafford for the Crusade Channel, seeking news and finding truth.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Silk Feather. Ma'am, what would you like to drink?
Oh, I'll take the Dom Perignon, of course.
Ah, the lady has taste. And you, sir? I'll just take the Diet Coke. Oh, dear. You know, what I miss about the good old days before social media and AI ruined everything?
Let me guess. No fat people outside of the circus, and Ozempic was the name of a demon in C.S. Lewis story, right?
Well, yeah, but besides that, classic radio shows with actors and actual stories.
Well, lucky for the human race, the Crusade Channel is rolling over 900 episodes of a show called Suspense.
Tweak your mystery-solving muscles over lunch and catch episodes of Suspense, weekdays noon till 2 on the Crusade Channel. Live talk and classic radio the way it should be.
I like my version of suspense. Hey!
Doesn't work without me.
For the last time, I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay, look, the plants aren't growing, so I'm pretty sure that the Brondo's not working. Now, I'm no botanist, but I do know that if you put water on plants, they grow.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
Hey, that's good. You sure you ain't the smartest guy in the world?
Yeah.
Okay, look, you want to solve this problem. I want to get my pardon, so why don't we just try it, okay? And not worry about what plants crave.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they use to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why did they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got electrolytes.
maca is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele-kaliki-maka is the wise way to say Merry Christmas to you. Take it, girl. Mele-kaliki-maka is that thing.
It's all true. It is the thing to do on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. So we are live here on the second day from Dude Number Two's house here on the banks of the Potomac River, asking the question, oh, the day.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Well, I'll tell you. You know the drill.
Oh, and remember, Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
It's Repo. It's Repo.
Yes, it is a free phone Friday. Yay! You are charged with the task of telling us what it is we shall talk about here on the program. Telephone number to take me up on that kind, benevolent, beneficent offer, the use of these radio and TV airwaves. 844-527-8723, 844-5-Crusade. Mac, there's no wind today. Thought I woke up in a strange, in a strange environment. Because it's usually so windy here on the banks of the Potomac, but no wind today. Crusader Stadium chat room open at crusadechannel.com/chat. And again, operating from the the Christmas decorated table of One Mac Dennis Church here. We are in, I'm going to bring Mac in and he'll do a segment with me later on, and we'll talk about how Chevy Chase screwed us, and I flew over all hell and creation to get here for the Wednesday night showing, and then if you didn't hear the story, he didn't show up, or they canceled it because they had a scheduling conflict. Meaning somebody at the theater group forgot to tell Chevy Chase that he was supposed to be in Virginia on December the 10th. Still waiting to see if he's going to complete that show in Charlotte. That's tomorrow, right? If he's going to complete that show in Charlotte tomorrow. So, in any event, I came up here to do the Christmas vacation thing. And then while I was here to go ahead and knock the interview out that we have been threatening and promising to do for 2 years now with Commander John Sharp, it's done. Boy, howdy, is it done. So my planes, trains, and automobile story yesterday, it's an old story, and I'm an old storyteller, begins with the Lexus. So I borrowed the Lexus from dude number 2, and he shows me all the finer points. I'm like, dude, my phone's going to die on the way there. I got to charge it. So we rigged up I guess it's just an old school plug-in to, they used to call it a cigarette lighter, but nobody smokes in cars anymore. So the 12-volt utility jack. Got all that rigged up, and we're all ready to go. I told dude number 2, if anything happens to me, to make sure to send the Social Security checks to Maggie. And I get down the road about a half a mile from the house, and the check engine light comes on. And I'm going like, well, that's okay. I have a perpetual check engine light on in my Kia Sorento, and I just ignore it. Go around a bend, and there's a significant little hill that the car's got to climb. No big deal. Start going up the hill, and then I realize that I'm going 20, and then 18, and then 15, and then 12, and then 10. And so I drop it into a lower gear, and I hit the gas, and I get nothing. So I barely make it to the top of the hill, and I'm going, okay, there's something functionally wrong with this car. And then the check air pressure in one of the tires comes on. So I'm like, nope, I am not driving 71 miles to Maryland in this car. So I turned around. It's like we made a pit stop in a NASCAR race. And I skidded into the driveway, and then we transferred everything into Mac's other. That's a Highlander, right? Yeah, the Highlander. 2008 or something? 10? 2005. Dude, I was hoopty in it. So I swapped the car out. Everything's fine. And then, Mac, I forgot to tell you, you told me to stop at the Wawa to get gas. So I stop at the Wawa, go ahead and fill the car up, so we're good to go on the gas. I don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. So I pay with the credit card, put the nozzle in the tank receptacle, and turn it on. And I'm waiting, and I'm going like, this can't be happening. It took it about 3 minutes to pump 81 cents, and then it turned off. And I'm like, really? 81 cents? Are you really going to charge me for this Wawa? So got back in the car and then went there. What is that? What's the giant bridge that crosses the Potomac off of James Madison? That's Route 30? Is that 32? 301. Crossed the 301 bridge. And I told John Sharp, and John Sharp's wife, Commander Sharp's wife, was like, I hate that bridge. It's scary. I'm like, we crossed the Mississippi River bridges for breakfast. There's nothing to cross a bridge over a large river. Now, there is one bridge that Maggie and I cross on our way from Madisonville to Virginia or North Carolina or South Carolina or whatever on Interstate 65 that she doesn't like to cross. It's just a little intimidating if you have a little bit of a phobia or a fear about bridges. Ms. O'Connell, you haven't seen anything until you've come here and crossed that bridge. Because you can see this joker from like 2 miles away, and it looks like the Empire State Building of bridges. And I'm looking at it going like, my Lord in heaven, how tall is this thing? So you get up to it. Most of these bridges across rivers like that are like at a very slight incline, 10, 12 degrees, right? This one is like at a 25 or 30. So cross the bridge and everything. Long story short, I finally get to Sharp's house. And Glen Elg, Maryland. Yeah, that's the bridge that you don't like to cross. Well, actually, that's the Mississippi River Bridge, the Luling Bridge, right? Is that what that is? I think that's the Luling Bridge. No, you're okay with that one. That's not the one. You don't like the one on Interstate 65 in Alabama, or is that it? That's it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't like that bridge either. So Arthur Bloom meets me at Sharp's house. Arthur was on the show yesterday. We had a great time, great talk. And so Arthur's been hanging out with the Sharps, and they get there, and we're walking around John's significant property. It's amazing. I'm like, dude, how do you buy a 50-acre spread and get surrounded by McMansions? And he goes, Mike, you can look at the satellite imagery. When we bought this place 20-some-odd years ago or whatever, there was literally the little country road and this farm. Nothing. He said, and 10 years ago, these bastards paved that road and they started building their McMansions, and now I'm surrounded by them. It's very odd, because you get to Sharp's place, which is, which actually has a name. He named it. And I'll tell you all about that. later. You get to Sharp's place, and it's just so out of place because you go through this street of McMansions, and I'm talking like 10,000 square foot McMansions with lots that are 15 feet on either side of the lot. I'm like, dude, in any event, you get to Sharp's place, and so to his credit, I want to thank Arthur because Arthur and I are scoping to join out. Sharp's basically, he's busy with something, and he says, just pick a spot where you think the interview will be good. He has actually built a really nice media studio in what used to be his attic. And they closed it all in, and they floored it, walled it, and everything. And it's actually a really nice, and that's where the IHS production, book production place is. It's actually very cool little media space. So I'm like, let's do it here. So Arthur and I set the whole thing up, and then I dragged one of Sharp's daughters in. I'm like, Maggie's not here. I need a female eye on this because you see things differently. And she looks at it, she goes, can we move this over a little bit here? I'm like, yeah. And then she looks at the other one, she goes, this is okay, but, and then she moves it. And then I look at it and I refocus. I said, I'm trying to eliminate this light switch. There was a light switch that was in Sharp's shot. And I'm like, I can clean it up in post. I can fix it after the fact. But I'd rather just not have it in. So we get the whole thing set up. And then I finally get Sharp up there, Commander John Sharp, and we sit down. It is about 2:40 p.m. Arthur watches the first 5 minutes. He takes some shots. You'll see him on X.com. He'll probably send them to me because I asked him, I said, will you take some action shots of us? He goes, yeah. So we began at 2:40 p.m. and we finished at 6:30 p.m. So I did a 3-hour show yesterday morning. I drove 2 hours to get there. I set the whole thing up, did the interview, which was, let's just call it, let's do Maggie O'Connell, let's round up. It's 4 hours. Had dinner with the Sharps, and that was wonderful. And we were really good. We had homemade pizza, which was brilliant. And then I made my way back here for another 2 hours. It was quite a long day, so forgive me if I'm not completely up on the day's news and what have you. And I'm a little tired, just a little bit. I'll be okay. There's 22 minutes in that interview that are going to go internationally famous, viral when we release it. If the particular parties hear it. And I told Maggie, I said, I asked him the question that basically surrounds the entire controversy over him, which is, if you do Google searches if you do anti-Semitism or anti-Semite, John Sharp, you'll get like 1.5 million hits. He is internationally famous, if you don't know this. So I asked him, I said, let's talk about that. And I asked him for an explanation. And he goes, okay, well, let's go back to the start. 22 minutes, you're going to want to hear it, and you're going to want to watch it, and I got the tape. I got the receipts, as they say. And I'm just sitting there watching this, and I'm just thinking to myself, if anyone sees this and makes it popular, this is going to be a little part of history that is going to be very, as the English say, controversial. I don't think that it was at all. As a matter of fact, I think that he would come across as a complete and total moderate on the question. But because it's him, I don't think there's any way out of that box for him. And if anyone hears it and decides to distribute it to go on a Commander John Sharp shooting rampage again, I think it will be a significant contribution to the let's just say to the question of Zionism. Let's just say that. And I got it on tape. And yes, somebody asked Bob Seger one time, Bob, when you're in the studio and you're writing a song and you're recording it or whatever, do you ever have any sense that, you're working on a hit record? And he goes, absolutely. And he said when they were writing and recording Night Moves, he's like, I know this is a hit. This is, and same thing with a couple other songs he mentioned, still the same, I think. When I was recording this yesterday, is this a hit? Yes, it's a hit. Yes, it's an absolute hit. So, It'll take a couple of weeks to process it, and because it's very lengthy, and there's some stuff that we're going to want to cut out and put it into a format that you can that people can digest, and you want to cut it up into pieces and what have you. It's a long-ranging, very. It's 3 hours and 50 minutes. So I had to switch SD cards twice to make sure that I got it all in 4K, and I got 2 camera angles in 4K. So great time yesterday. Well worth the trip to get here. Make a donation to offset the expenses. Trust me, you'll want to be a part of it. CrusadeChannels.com/donate. All right. So I'm completely out of pocket yesterday. I know nothing. I know nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on in the world. So and I was a little late getting here this morning, so I asked Maggie, I said, well, what's going on? And she goes, well, the big story is Charlie Kirk's murder trial. I'm like, what? My understanding was it was supposed to start on January 26th. I was there. Well, you can explain that? Okay, all right. We broadcast the last time, and he wasn't in court. He was in a remote location, Tyler Robinson, and, they brought him in via Zoom or Skype or whatever. Yesterday, he was in court. So, Charlie Kirk, this is from the Daily Mail. Charlie Kirk, shooting suspect Tyler Robinson, makes his first public appearance since the murder, and his mom bursts into tears at the sight of him. Blah, 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 blah. It was the first time Robinson was seen in person after making previous court appearances via video. Think about what Arthur Rihanna, has been saying on the Mike Church show about this case. What has Arthur been saying? Arthur has been saying, I think Kirk's killer or the accused killer, I think he's going to walk. And I said, why do you think that? Because, well, number one, he lawyered up. People that are not guilty of anything or whatever, or going to make plea deals, don't necessarily need to lawyer up. Number two, there's like all this evidence and stuff that the public still has. I think we have the right to know, and I think he's right about that. And that has not been released or have no details on, including the autopsy. If you watched that circus yesterday in that courtroom in Utah, and that smiling, just a smirk on that punk's face. Can you imagine? Because I'm catching up. Was Erica was she there? Okay, she wasn't.
No, Erica was not there.
Okay. So Maggie's saying that Erica was not there. You look at this, she'll obviously see the news coverage and the stories. So I'm looking at this, and I'm just looking at it after the fact. And you can see the pictures on today's thumbnail, and they're at the Daily Mail. Sure, Maggie, you can throw them into the chat room. Yeah, he looks like a smug little punk. Like, nanya, nanya, boo-boo, I shot your boy, or they think I shot him, and guess what? Either A, yeah, I did it, and what are you going to do about it? You're not going to convict me, or B, no, I didn't do it, and I'm going to throw all this in all of your faces, me and my tranny boyfriend. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all, especially if you're in the Kirk family or in the TPUSA family. You have to be looking at that going, you'd expect maybe some contrition. And it didn't look to me like there was any contrition or sorrow or, yeah, man, I'm sorry that I killed your husband and your kid's father and your CEO and boss and all that, but there was nothing of that sort whatsoever. And you kind of find this, if you follow some of these people, some of these men and women, like Lori Vallow Daybell, this witch never showed an ounce of remorse. And it's clear that she was responsible for the death of her former husband, Chad Daybell. Charlie Vallow, who by all appearances was a very good man, was trying to do the right thing by him, by her kids. They weren't his kids. And the family. She's responsible for his death. She's responsible for the death, directly or indirectly, for the murder, I think the murder of Chad Daybell's wife. She's responsible for her own daughter, Ty Lee, and for her own her son, JJ. There's one other death that she is directly or indirectly responsible for. That was
Chad's wife.
That was Chad Daybell's wife. I said that. So Daybell's wife, Ty Lee, JJ. We'll pick it up on the other side of the timeout.
Humans. Hey, what are you doing in here? Oh no. Get your hands off of me. You chipped my chip.
Boys, break it up.
Jeez. Catch Crusade Channel News weekday mornings on Crusade Channel. Live talk and podcast radio the way it should be.
No AI was harmed in the making of this radio content, but we hope to next time.
Thousands of years ago, if you owned a book, you had to haul it home in a wagon, and you'd need your two oldest sons to carry it into the house. Then you'd need one family member who could read.
The Story of Beowulf.
Another to hold the candle.
Hold it steady.
And another to turn the pages.
Not that close, you'll catch it on fire.
The good news for you is that was then and this is now. And now you have the Founders Trading Post store, where ordering, delivery, and reading your favorite books is literally a snap. Here's what's new this month.
The Transhumanist Temptation, How Technology and Ideology Are Reshaping Humanity and How to Resist by Grayson Quay.
This title and many other new releases are available alongside classics and favorites 24/7 at shopmikechurch.com. You can also shop using your app. Download and shop today at shopmikechurch.com/app.
Hello, Crusaders. I'm Ron Stafford at the Crusade Channel News Desk with your Crusade Crucials for Friday, December the 12th, 2025. This report is brought to you by the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app. It's the best way to listen to the KingDude ever. Installation is oh so easy. Just open up a browser on your device and go to crusadechannel.com/app. Tap the download button and then just open the app. It's literally that easy. Wall Street set records yesterday, even as a sell-off for Oracle and worries about a potential bubble in artificial intelligence technology weighed on the market. The S&P 500 inched up 0.2% and eked past its prior all-time closing high, which was set back in October. The Dow Jones Industrial Average leaped 646 points, or 1.3%, to top its own record set last month. The Nasdaq Composite lagged behind and slipped 0.3% because of the weakness for AI stocks. Notable birthdays for you on this Friday. John Jay, our first U.S. Chief Justice, was born today, and Henry Wells, born 1805. He was the co-founder of Wells Fargo and American Express. Our quote today from St. Francis of Assisi: "Where there was charity and wisdom, there was neither fear nor ignorance." And our saint of the day is our Blessed Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you can learn all about her in today's Saint of the Day podcast at crusadechannel.com. You're listening to Crusade Channel News.
Hello, Crusaders. It's Trader Jill, a.k.a. Lee. When I want the best in live talk radio in the palm of my hand, I always have it with the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app, even for technophobes like Jim.
I heard that!
Listening to or watching the KingDude live or on podcast is just literally 2 clicks away, and installing the app is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. Tap login now or proceed as guest. See? It's really that simple. Don't ever be without the Master Chief himself. Again, no matter where you are, install the Crusade Channel app today.
The all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app is the best way to listen to the Crusade Channel ever. And installation is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. It is literally that easy. Install the Crusade Channel 2.0 app today at crusadechannel.com/app.
Brother Mike Church presents Flashback, Sinful Things That Were Happening 20 Years Ago. Jurassic Park, the remake of Godzilla, and the beginning of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Are either of you homosexuals?
You mean like flaming, or?
No, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn.
Let's hope and pray no one will ever confess those sins again. The Mike Church Show, preaching and teaching from his abbey while living here in the present on the Veritas Radio Network's crusade.
Back live here, performing a show with 87.2% of my Christmas spirit tied behind my back just to make it fair. In a fight with single, angry, ugly, atheist cat ladies. It's the Mike Church Show, 34 years young here on the Crusade Channel, 10 years young, plus 14 days. This portion of the program brought to you by our friends at mypillow.com/KingDude. So, great deals, including the MyPillow Classic for $14.98 all Christmas season long. So you can pick that up, and if you don't have any MyPillows in your house, you have no excuse now that you can get them for basically for $15 a pop, which is probably the lowest price that I have ever advertised for Mike Lindell. So you got that special going on. There are several others. You got the MyPillow Bible reader for the kids, and then the 4 books and the pillows. Check all that out. Your shipping is free on orders of $75 or more. My slippers on sale for $39.98. You're going to love your My Slippers. I love mine. You'll love yours. Get yourself a pair. I've been with Mike Lindell and MyPillow for 15 years now. So you can bank on that the product is exactly as we advertise it and say it is. And for the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com/KingDude. A true story. And Crusade Channel, of course, gets the credit. So use the coupon code KingDude at checkout if you arrive there and you're not on our page. No worries. Just use KINGDUDE at checkout. mypillow.com/KingDude. And tell them that I sent you. Okay, so going back to the Tyler Robinson thing, this is something else that's it's kind of tied to this. Well, it's not kind of tied to it. It is tied to it. Okay, so yesterday when I'm interviewing Commander Sharp yesterday, and again 3 hours and 40 some odd minutes of, well, you just have to wait till it comes out. Great. You know, if you're interested in all in the subject, even if you're not a Catholic, if you're interested in all in the subject of the kingship of Christ and what made the Middle Ages the high water mark of European civilization, you'll find out. We talk about it in some pretty good detail. Also, this is a part of the Sharp story that he allowed me to kind of drag out of him and for him to tell, is that when he came back from Italy and being in the Navy, and he's like, well, you know what? I'm going to start promoting this, and I'm going to start a publishing company, and everyone's going to love me, and they're going to join the movement, and we're going to change everything, and we're going to right this wrong ship of modernity. And then he finds out that it's not the enemies of Catholicism or the Catholic Church that become his enemies. It's Catholics. He is ultimately the 10-year saga where he is dismissed, and I believe that's the term that he used, dismissed by the United States Navy because supposedly he violated some UCMJ, and so it was a very technical thing that they got him on. This was all done to him by fellow Catholics. So you have to you have to get the interview to get the whole story. As I've been telling people, and as I've been telling him, John, you have to tell this story. It's an amazing story. And I told him again yesterday. I'm like, who do you want to play you in the movie? It's because somebody already got a hold of this, and they're going to make a movie out of it. The man, I get everything right, but this is a ABC Tuesday night movie of the week here. So in any event, he and I were talking about this yesterday. And because he asked me a question again about, he goes, well, what do you think about, he didn't ask me about the Charlie Kirk thing. He asked me about Candace Owens and the question, the Zionism question. And like I told when Arthur was here yesterday, like I said, she just may not know. It may not. This is not something that's being taught to anyone these days. Which and I think that's the problem. And there's things that came out that I didn't know in the interview, and I'm like, you know what, John, I never heard that before. How many of you knew, for example, and there's a point to this, and I'll get to it with Rod Dreher and an interview that was done by Ross Douthat yesterday with the New York Times. How many of you knew? I didn't know this. You know what? Maybe I heard it. I just never internalized it. How many of you know that Henry Ford was supposedly, and to my knowledge, all Ford did was say, we need to have a conversation about this question. What's the question? As they say, it's not me making it, I'm not phrasing it, this is how he presented it to me and others, the Jew question. And I said, Henry Ford? And I said, you know what, maybe I have heard that. And he goes, Mike, that's an entire other interview that we'd have to do. It's too detailed. Apparently Henry Ford wrote some kind of a book. And Sharp said in one of his articles that he wrote against the Iraq War and certain other questions, he went and he grabbed all the footnotes from another work that he was reading. And he said he probably should have checked them. So he just kind of copied and pasted them. And one of them was a footnote that linked to Henry Ford's book. That's what the Southern Poverty Law Center got him on. When they read his article, and they went like, aha, he linked to Henry Ford. Henry Ford was one of them. He's a this and that and the other. I had no idea that Henry Ford had this reputation. I knew that they accused Charles Lindbergh of it, but I had no idea. I even quipped to Sharp, and the next thing you're going to tell me, you're an admirer of Charles Lindbergh. You looked at me like, well, who isn't? I went, a lot of people. Well, how does this relate? Okay. So, Rod Dreher's blog today. 5,000 scrolls with my handy-dandy wireless mouse later. On conspiracy theories. And EU to fire at Russia, shoot self. Tucker proposes U.S. shift from Israel to Qatar. That's an interesting one, isn't it, my friends? Did not have that on my bingo card on January the 20th, did you? As it relates to Tyler Robinson and then this entire cover-up, controversy, conspiracy theory, whatever you wish to call it, Andrew Colvett, who is a senior leader, and this is Dreher writing this, in Turning Point USA, which was led by Charlie Kirk until his murder, sits down with Ross Douthat. If you don't know who Ross Douthat is, he is, you know how they used to have the token black guy and all, the token black guy gets killed in the Scream movie, right? They set it up, well, you got to have a black guy in here, and you got to be the first one to get killed. Ross Douthat is the token Catholic at the New York Times, the new Tenochtitlan Times. I think I probably quoted Douthat a couple times. I'm not really a fan. We'll talk about that on another day. In any event, he does work for the Times. He is the official Catholic writer or Catholic columnist for the Times. Andrew Colvett, a name I'm not familiar with. I know it. I don't know him. Can't vouch for it. Don't know anything about him. Know he's one of Charlie's confidants. That's the extent of my knowledge. Senior leader, TPUSA, sits down with Ross Douthat, New York Times, as I said, to talk about the state of MAGA post-Charlie. Ross asks him about Candace Owens and her bonkers claim that Kirk was murdered by a conspiracy of his own employees, working with France and Israel. He dodges the question at first. You can tell that he doesn't want to add fuel to Candace's craziness. Now, this is Dreyer writing this.
Word. KingDude, I'm so surprised you. I'm canceling my conviction. You say Candace is crazy.
I said Ross. Rod Dreyer said Candace Owens is crazy. You can tell he doesn't want to add fuel to Candace's craziness, but then there's this. And this is from the transcript, so I'll just share this with you. Colvett. And I will say, I will never look at a conspiracy theory the same way again. Because when you're close to something and you know what's true and what's not, one of the allegations is that Bibi Netanyahu is offering Charlie all this money. That's not true. There was never an offer. If there was, nobody on the team knew about it or knows about it. Charlie would have had to just privately, well, first of all, I don't think Charlie would have ever taken anything from Israel, just as a matter of principle, or from Ukraine, or from the UK, etc., etc. He just had a hard and fast no foreign money rule. Ross Douthat. Has this changed how you think about Trump-era conservatism? Because, let's be honest, there's a lot of conspiracism on the right. And I am, by the standards of the New York Times, more sympathetic to many people about some conspiracy theories. I think there are weird things in the world that are not fully understood. I have interest in everything from Epstein to UFOs. Colvett says same, laughs. Douthat, good, laughs. We'll do a show about those subjects, but it is also the case that there is a wildness to conspiracizing on the right in the era of Trump, in the era of COVID, and with the 2020 election and so on. That is just a distinctive part of conservative culture. That's an interesting way to put it, isn't it? What's your experience, Mike? My experience is that it is now a baked-in part of conservative culture. It's in there. It's like Mark Kreslin's used to say. It's in there. They baked it into the cake. It's there, right? It's a part of it, and you can't get rid of it. And it doesn't matter what you do or what you say or what fact you present. It is completely and totally irrelevant. They, with a lowercase, or no, with an uppercase T, they have been lying to us all along. It goes like this. This is not Douthat or Colvett. This is me. They have been lying to us all along. They are doing this because they're in cahoots with Satan, the Dark Lord, and all the evil spirits. And, of course, those people, capital T, capital P, never actually laid out, but those people, comma, and we, who's we? The royal we, man, the editorial we. And we, capital W, are the only people in the world who know what's really going on. Put it in a time capsule, seal it, and open that joker back up in 200 years and see how it ages. But today, that is it. Rinse and repeat. And it doesn't matter what the subject is. There is always a they, capital T. There is always a those people, capital T, capital P, and there's always a we are the only people that have it figured out. Everyone else are a bunch of poop-faced dumbasses. And they're just, as long as they have Regal Cinema and Olive Garden, they're never going to get to the truth. Well, if the truth is making you guys so bleeping miserable, or you're single, solitary, knowledge of this truth is making you guys so miserable that many of you, it seems, that when I encounter some shall we say, over-the-top conspiracy people, do you have any joy? Is there any joy in your life? Just eating a filet mignon, is that still good? Is it like, yeah, well, I would like to enjoy it, but I know that they had something to do with producing it. And it's kind of like, to me, many people that I am in contact with, or I read, or I watch, or whatever, it's like it taints everything. It makes everything bad. God did not put you here to be miserable. That's it. God put it. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure that I read that somewhere. In any event, I get what this COVID and what Douthit is saying here. Sharp and I talked about this, but we didn't really use the term conspiracy theorist. You'll have to wait till the video comes out. So then, Ross Douthit says to Andrew Colvett with TPUSA, he says, "Okay, we'll do a show about these subjects." But it is the case that that there is a wildness to conspiracizing on the right in the era of Trump, in the era of COVID, and with the 2020 election and so on. That's just a distinctive part of conservative culture. I think he's right. Do you regard that more critically now that you've been on the? Do you regard that more critically now that you've been on the receiving end of theories about yourself that you know not to be true? Colvett. Well, I've never been a huge conspiratorial person in general, but I'm very sympathetic to people who are. When you think about the conservative mindset and the conservative wiring, you realize, I think, even more why this is happening. What we are living through is an era where conservatives have this bent to conserve our tradition, conserve our culture, conserve our heritage, etc., etc. But those institutions that are supposed to be doing the heavy lifting for us are not in alignment. The institutional capture by the left in America is pretty dramatic. And so I understand that that's actually fueling a lot of this. Let me stop right there. Where have you heard that before? Where have you heard that before? You heard it from me a couple of thousand times, that the long march through the institutions was so thorough and so complete, and it's over. They what is it? Veni, Vidi. We came, we saw, we conquered. I forget the Latin wording of it. Somebody will pop it in the chat room. Came, we saw, we conquered. They went into the institutions, they went through them, they got rid of everyone that was an impediment, or almost everyone that was an impediment to their plan. They went and they marched through, and they wrested control of them, and they are now in control. That's the American university, that's the American entertainment industry, that is American big business, government at almost every level. There is someone in there that was part of and is happy to be a continuing part of that long march through the institutions. That's just the fact. Think about it a little more deeply, okay? What is it that they conquered and they destroyed? Well, to borrow a line from Fiddler on the Roof, tradition. And there's not a lot of it left. So I understand people being kind of, well, you know, they did this and they did that. All true. Doesn't make every conspiracy theory about it correct. I don't even think you need, well, you know, conspire is with breathing, I think Michael Hitchborn explained to us once upon a time. Was that a conspiracy? Hell yeah, it was. But now that it's over, it's not anymore. It's like you can go back and you can document it. You don't need me to tell you about the MK Ultra project. Don't need me to tell you about Alfred Kinsey. Don't need me to tell you about Saul Alinsky or any of the other big grand poobah players and all in all of this, or Soros or anyone else. It's all history now. It's either being revealed or is going to be revealed. But the truth of the matter is, and I think we're better off when we deal with it from the point of view that they were successful. Now, what are we going to do about it? You're either going to go march back to the institutions and take them back over, or you're going to have to start new ones. I think most people think that the prudent course of action is, screw it, just start a new one. That starve them, don't fund them any longer. Well, this is a living entity. And it's very difficult to just defund it because these people are clinging basically to their very existence, or the only existence they've ever known. As evil and diabolical as it is still the only existence that they know. If you were in that position on the good side of it, you're going to cling to it and defend it too. Maybe the point of the whole discussion is to the right, to conservatives, to Catholics, to Christians, fight hard enough to prevent the takeover, the march. Well, I think the evidence says that either they were ill prepared or didn't appreciate or think that they were in a war to the point where I think you can answer that in the negative that no, they did not. And it may have been that they were they co-opted by the bad guys, maybe, some of them. Were they unprepared? Probably most of them. And once it was apparent what was going on, was it too late? Well, I think the evidence says that it is. So that's where we are. So back to the dialogue between Douthit and this guy that worked for Charlie Kirk. And then you throw in JFK, and you throw in 9/11, you throw in COVID, all of these things that people question. They question, are they getting the real narrative or not? Just having been on this side of a conspiracy theory now, and you just realize there's a pattern to this, where they will allege connections that might have a grain of truth. An ounce of truth. And then they will leap to a conclusion that is so wild, and you're like, dude, how did you put one and one together and then allege this from these two things and get five? Or throw in a third element that wasn't even true. And then that spun it in a whole different direction. And then all these people believe it, and then they start distrusting you. And now you have this pall of doubt cast upon your person. That's the part I don't fully appreciate, being on that side of a conspiracy theory as opposed to being on this side of it. And you're just like, okay, the facts have to matter somewhere in this equation. And I think as a conservative movement, we do have to make sure we're fact-based. We do need to be sure that we police ourselves of some of the zanier, crazier, intellectually lazy conspiracy theories. Where have you heard that before? That's me saying that, not him. Back to him. But when it comes to UFOs, when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, I think there's some conspiracy theories that we need to do deep dives into. And then that's where the transcript of the conversation twixt Douthit and Clavitt ends. And then Dreher says, I get it. I've been a party in recent years to two particular situations that have sparked wild conspiracy theories online. Wild conspiracy theories online, and in the media that had nothing to do with the truth. It's wild to see how quick people are to believe things that are clearly not supported by facts, but that suit the narrative they prefer to believe. This has become endemic to our society, which is in a state of narrative collapse, which is closely connected to the collapse of authority. You will respect my authority. So, for better or for worse, I think that's where we are on this. And the question in my mind, again, as the Tyler Robinson trial gets underway here, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that is anxious to find out what the DA has.
Diet Coke.
Oh dear.
You know, what I miss about the good old days before social media and AI ruined everything?
Let me guess. No fat people outside of the circus, and Ozempic was the name of the demon in C.S. Lewis story, right?
Well, yeah, but besides that, classic radio shows with actors and actual stories.
Well, lucky for the human race, the Crusade Channel is rolling over 900 episodes of a show called Suspense.
Tweak your mystery-solving muscles over lunch and catch episodes of Suspense, weekdays noon till 2 on the Crusade Channel. Live talk and classic radio the way it should be.
I like my version of suspense. Hey!
Doesn't work without me. For 9 years now, Brother Andre Marie's Reconquest has been your source for best in Catholic philosophy, history, and saints.
Well, I'm the new gal at this monastery, and Jiminy Christmas, after 4 years of auto pen, social media heresy, I could use some Catholic philosophy.
Well, call yourself a blessed girl, because new episodes debut Wednesdays at 8 Central, and there's over 475 podcasts available on the Crusade Channel, our app, and always on crusadechannel.com. Live talk and educational radio,
the way it should be.
Hey folks, it's Mike Church, producer of the Shakespeare Radio Film Festival, announcing that we're offering the entire festival, including Joseph Pierce's commentaries, for just $19.95. That's a 50% discount. This exclusive download will include over 16 hours of festival content. To reserve your Shakespeare Radio Film Festival download at an incredible 50% off, go to crusadechannel.com/Hamlet.
When most people hear the word coffee, they conjure up visions of a ceramic mug in the palm of both hands and a woman slowly sipping. This isn't a Folgers commercial. It's for Capuchin Holy Roast, and here's how I take mine. With a dash of vanilla, a pinch of cinnamon, a spoonful of honey, and lots of heavy cream. Add some ice, shake, and then enjoy, while knowing that's $6 the libs at Starbucks can't spend to ruin my life and yours.
Capuchin. And now, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look into the Mike Church Show.
You see, what I think we need are new imaging commercials, Jim. Can you help and give me some ad-lib imaging lines we can use to, attract some new subscribers?
Okay, Oh, I know. If there's nothing else to do, listen to the Mike Church Show, now.
Dude.
Or no. How about
Dude.
Mike Church and Lee are really smart?
Jim,
So tune in.
Enough! Okay, Lee, you're in.
Coming, Coach.
Now entering the game, number 11, Trader Jill Lee.
If only there were backups in real life.
Okay, King Dude. What MAGA moms want to hear on the radio is how their sons can become productive, strong men, and how their daughters cannot be killed on trains by the lunatic criminals paroled by radical leftist judges.
Right? That's a good one, Lee. Hey, Jim, how about some Gatorade for Lee?
Okay.
Thanks, Coach. I'm really working up a sweat here. Okay, how about making a spot about the new app? It's so easy, even a boomer can use it.
Perfect. I know just the boomer. Hey, Jim, where's that Gatorade, bro?
My debit card's stuck in the machine again. From boomers to zoomers, the Mike Church Show is America's morning show. Weekdays, 7 to 11 a.m., exclusively on the Crusade Channel app and crusadechannel.com.
Back in the 90s, there was this thing called the cigar boom, where everyone was buying and smoking handmade cigars. But here's the thing. The popular cigars then were the best-made cigars, like Fuente, Hoya de Monterrey, and Avo. Over the next 10 years, craftsmanship was replaced by gimmick and slick packaging, and that's when I decided to get in the business and launched El Rey Dude Corona cigars. 20 years later, I launched Mancipio Maria cigars with that same principle in mind. Make a great handmade cigar, and that's exactly what we do in 4 sizes. I invite you to try a 4-pack sampler of my Mancipio Maria cigars and taste them for yourself in smooth, natural, or bold Maduro wrappers. And to sweeten the deal, I've discounted them 25% for a limited time. And as always, we include a personal humidifier with every order. To order, go to shop.mikechurch.com. Order $50 or more and shipping is on me. Try my Mancipio Maria cigars today at shop.mikechurch.com.
It's not tape or a Post-it or a candy bar, but this new 3M
is the freshest spin on true crime shows since dinosaurs were solving cold cases with fossil evidence. Yeah, it's that original, folks.
Mom's Murders and Mysteries. New episodes debut every Tuesday night, 6:30 East, 4 West, exclusively on the Crusade Channel. Live talk podcast radio, the way it should be. Everybody loves a good trilogy. The Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and now the KingDude Seasoning Trilogy. There's Beast and Butt Rub, Acadiana Steak, and the brand new Chicken Mamu Seasoning, a lemon herb-based rub that's won trophies in barbecue chicken cook-offs. Now, we've bundled all 3 spices together, and you can get them for one low price for less than it costs to rent a movie trilogy. And the KingDude offers you his personal money-back guaranteed of your taste buds' complete satisfaction. Order a KingDude Seasoning Trilogy today at shop.mychurch.com.
Hello, Crusaders. It's Trader Jill, aka Lee. When I want the best in live talk radio in the palm of my hand, I always have it with the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app, even for technophobes like Jim.
I heard that!
Listening to or watching the KingDude live or on podcast is just literally 2 clicks away, and installing the app is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. Tap Login Now or proceed as guest. See? It's really that simple. Don't ever be without the Master Chief himself. Again, no matter where you are, install the Crusade Channel app today.
The all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app is the best way to listen to the Crusade Channel ever. And installation is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. It is literally that easy. Install the Crusade Channel 2.0 app today at crusadechannel.com/app.
Hey, Jim. Remember when we used to be like Joe Walsh?
I'm making records, my fans, they can't wait.
Now we just talk about making hit records. Well, parody versions of hit records.
Join the KingDude and Jim Mosier as they pick apart the greatest parody songs of all time and the hits they were based on. It's Album Autopsy, exclusively on the Crusade Channel. Live talk and podcast radio the way it should be, and doesn't disappoint your mother.
Hey, Mrs. McGillicuddy, don't be a satellite radio snob and pass by the Mike Church Show. Come on in and browse.
May I help you?
Oh, no thanks, sir. Just browsing.
How long do you intend to browse?
Well, that lady there. You didn't ask her how long she intends to browse. How come you're asking us how long we intend to browse?
You don't look like browsers.
Now that that's over,
How about a Fresca?
the Mike Church Show, entertaining browsers and fans since 1992 on the Veritas Radio Networks. Crusade.
Hey guys, you got a minute?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
It's about my dad. He wants to have a sex change operation.
Whoa, I knew he was gay. I didn't think he was that gay.
No, Peter, he's not gay. He's a woman stuck in a man's body.
Yeah, gay.
No, it's totally different.
Sounds the same.
Well, it's not.
Okay, so he wants to be a woman so he can be a lesbian?
No, he'd date men.
Gay.
Yeah, gay.
Okay, this is not the help I came over here for.
Well, look, let's just all agree that he's odd, huh?
He has an appointment Friday with Dr. Hartman to have the procedure, and he wants me to go with him. I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, I'm sure your friend Peter would be happy to come along for moral support.
All right, but look, here's the deal. Anything he lops off, we get to bring home for Brian.
That's very green of you, Peter.
Why you had to hide away for so long? Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
I just love how everyone has their baby Groot little gifts ready to go now on Friday when I play Mr. Blue Sky. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Welcome back. It's the Mike Church Show here on the Crusade Channel on a free phone Friday.
A celebration, the blue skies up there waiting, and today is the day we waited.
Call-in line telephone number if you'd like to be on the program, 844-527-8723. Crusader Stadium chat room is open on a Friday. It is a Friday in a holiday season, and you can tell by going to the Crusader Stadium chat room at crusadechannel.com/chat. This portion of the program brought to you by the Founders Trade and Post Store and our 5 wonderful Amaze Balls gift set gift for you to give to whoever this Christmas season. Let me just run down the list quickly here. You got the bougie gift set, which has the charcuterie board made out of that mango wood. It's mango wood. And you get the cheese cutting knife, and you get the two hand towels that you can hang from your stove or from your refrigerator or wherever. You got the bougie set. You have the tea set, the Catholic tea set for girls, which has the 5 sample teas in it, the teapot, and the Making Tea with the Saints. Yeah, Making Tea with the Saints book. Really, really cool little set. I think actually it's probably on its second go-around of orders now. Get you one today. We're happy to ship it out to you and get it in time for you to give to that special someone, girl, lady, Aunt Petunia, whoever, Aunt Bethany, whoever it is for Christmas. You got the Catholic Gentleman's Gift Set, which has the Vendée Sacred Heart tie. It has the three hearts, the Immaculate Heart, the Sacred Heart, and the Chaste Heart of St. Joseph. Tie clip. It has the cigar cutter and one of my beautiful Mancipia Maria cigars. You had the Barbecue Grill Master set, which has the trio, the Beast and Butt Rub, the charcoal starters, and the apron. They're cooking with the KingDude apron. Big deal. We should be getting our first batch of those any day now. So there's that one. Maggie, what am I forgetting? There's one more. Oh, the Coffee Lovers. Then you have the Coffee Lovers set, which has a bag. You can't get this. I mean, you could, but you'd have to pay all the shipping and everything. Why go to the trouble? We have Abbey Roast Christmas Roast, Christmas blend, and ground. It's a delightful little blend of coffee, plus you get a bag of our Capuchin Holy Roast. You get a Crusade, you get a Capuchin Holy Roast, handmade in Montana, beer/coffee Stein. You get the coffee scoop from Glory Be Again, and that's a set as well. Did I leave one out, or is that all? There's 4 or there's 5. That was 4. In any event, get them all at shop.mikechurch.com. And if you want to give something a great gift and have it shipped to anyone that's on your list, we'll ship it for you. Put the address in the shipping. Tell us who you wanted to ship it to. We'll ship it for you. No problem. You can also give a gift card, a Founders Trade and Post gift card, any denomination you want, $17.76, whatever you can put in that box, you can do it. And you can email it to anyone that's on your list, or you can print it out. You can print it out just like a regular gift card, put it in an envelope, stick it in a stocking, and call it a stocking stuffer. Redemption on the Founders Trade and Post site is so easy. There is a box at checkout that says enter your gift card code. So thank you for all of you who have been shopping with us. Please consider shopping with us today. You're supporting the Crusade and the Crusade Channel and the Mike Church Show by doing so. And you get great, fantastic Christmas gifts. Many of these items are available by themselves, and plus all the hundreds and dozens of books and everything else that's in the store. Shop.mikechurch.com. Thank you very much. Where was I? Let's do some digital media files. Maggie, I want to play the last one on the cut sheet that I gave you very late because I didn't see it until this morning. I'm calling it the White People Just Need to Die Already montage. It's number 15. Where do you hear this?
And white Americans will soon be a minority, and that's great.
Whites will not be the majority. I mean, it's an exciting transformation of the country. It's an exciting evolution and progress of our country.
We are going to be a white minority very, very soon. I'm okay with that.
If things are so bad, as you say, with the white working class, don't you want to get
new Americans in.
America is going to look very different in 100 years. You're not going to be able to tell you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Puerto Rican, whatever. It's going to be very complex, and I think ultimately that's going to be good.
White Americans feel that they're losing their country, they're losing ownership of the country, and they're right. In the end, they are not the future.
For the first time in American history, the number of white people went down.
White population is declining for the first time in history in America.
White people will not be the majority in the country anymore.
This will be the first generation ever in American history in which whites will be a minority.
Treason to whiteness is loyalty to humanity.
To abolish whiteness is to abolish white people.
White people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? We gotta take these motherfuckers out.
Was it or was it not the duty of every good revolutionary to kill all newborn white babies?
We have to kill white people.
When do we start killing white people?
I don't want to say we need to go start killing all white folks, but it's like, but maybe.
When we say we want to kill whitey, we don't really mean we want to kill whitey, we do.
We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
White people!
Unrelenting stream of immigration. Non-stop. Non-stop. Folks like me who are Caucasian of European descent will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. That's not a bad thing. That's a source of our strength.
That's the source of your strength. I'm going to take you back to the, as a matter of fact, Megan, I'm just going to copy and paste this and send it to you. Well, you know what? I think I can actually play it.
For what's always been best about the Rainbow Coalition, which is...
This is from 1990, it's June the 13th, 1992. How many of you people remember this? It's called, if you look it up on Wikipedia, it's called the Sister Soldier Moment. Sister Soldier. Sister Soldier was a gangster rapper back before being a gangster rapper was cool. To his credit, and I think this was a shrewd move back in the day on, well, you know, this is when I was just actually kind of bored, and I had a long evening at Jennifer Flowers' house. Did I say that out loud? I mean, look, the point is, we got to get the Sister Soldier has got to go. This is a moment in the campaign in 1992 when Bill Clinton was about to become the nominee at the Democrat Party. He wasn't yet, but he was about to become the nominee. You know that Pappy Bush was being challenged on the right by the great Patrick J. Buchanan, and Clinton was just trying to finish off. I'm trying to remember who the primary contender was. I know, but Bob Kerrey was in there, Paul Tsongas. I think the Reverend Jackson was actually an early candidate. But Clinton's trying to seal the nomination up, and he knows that to win the presidency, he's got to win some red states. So, again, I think this is a shrewd move. But my point is that this is not new. These people have been doing this for 3 decades, and we let them get away with it. Well, that needs to be, if it already hasn't been brought to an end, because you can't walk into anywhere, and you can't say, well, let's have a day when we were going to kill black people, or we're going to kill high yellers or mulattoes, or Asians or whatever, and you wouldn't do it. It's not that you can't, it's that the signal point here is that you wouldn't. You wouldn't do it. So let me take you back. Well, you know what, Maggie? I will send you this link because people like to see the video. So I'll just kind of follow along. I'll send this to you in Signal so you can play it from there. This is June the 13th, 1992. This is Bill Clinton. And a let's kill white people moment has just happened. This is in the post-Rodney King hysteria. And this was a woman who went by the name of Sister Soldier. So Clinton goes into the Reverend Jackson's Rainbow Coalition. And he's obviously courting the black vote. And he gets up in front of them, and the Reverend Jackson is actually there. And so are all the other usual suspects. I don't know, maybe we ought to kill white people. Al Sharpton is there, and all the other usual suspects. And Clinton gets up there and says this.
Let's stand up for what's always been best about the Rainbow Coalition, which is people coming together across racial lines. You talked about Mr. Fields from Louisiana that you had here last night, a great role model. We don't have a lot of time to do this. We don't have a lot of time. You had a rap singer here last night named Sister Soldier. I defend her right to express herself through music. But her comments before and after Los Angeles were filled with the kind of hatred that you do not honor today and tonight. Just listen to this, what she said. She told the Washington Post about a month ago, and I quote, "If black people kill black people every day, why not have a week and kill white people? So you're a gang member and you normally kill somebody? Why not kill a white person?" Last year she said, "You can't call me or any black person anywhere in the world a racist. We don't have the power to do to white people what white people have done to us. And even if we did, we don't have that low-down, dirty nature. If there are any good white people, I haven't met them. Where are they? Right here in this room. That's where they are." I know she is a young person, but she has a big influence on a lot of people. And when people say that, if you took the words white and black and you reversed them, you might think David Duke was giving that speech. Let me tell you, we all make mistakes, and sometimes we're not as sensitive as we ought to be. And we have an obligation, all of us, to call attention to prejudice wherever we see it. A few months ago, I made a mistake. I joined a friend of mine and I played golf at a country club that didn't have any African American members. I was criticized for doing it. You know what? I was rightly criticized for doing it. I made a mistake. And I said I would never do that again. And I think all of us have got to be sensitive to that. We can't get anywhere in this country pointing the finger at one another across racial lines. If we do that, we're dead, and they will beat us. Even in Reverend Jackson's new math of this election.
Okay, so there's Bob Clinton. Give him credit. And a lot of people did, believe it or not. A lot of people were swayed by that appearance. I think Patrick J. Buchanan actually said something. I think Buchanan wrote a column about Clinton. And you're like, well, you know, he is nothing if not shrewd. And then, you know, when you said, well, you know, I was a member of this golf club, and I love playing my golf. And I found out they don't admit black people. And I said, that's wrong. And so I said something about it, and I should have, and I did. And, you know, as they're saying that's not the policy now. That was in 1992. A Sister Soldier, so let's do the math. That's 33 years ago. So the idea that this began just recently here, it maybe have become more fashionable recently here, but they've been saying this for an awful long time. And look at the demographic trend. Well, you don't actually have to go out and kill a whitey now. All you got to do is convince the young white girl that she can get as pregnant as many times as she wants, and she can just have her baby aborted. Or all you got to do is convince the young white girl that, you know what, why don't you wait until you're, I don't know, 45 or so, and then you're pretty much basically infertile at that point, and you can get married. You know, you've lived your full life. You don't need kids and snotty those little brats running around and what have you. They have campaigned on this. This is basically eugenics without the power structure. If I were to take you back, and we were hop back in the KingDude's Wayback Machine, and we were to go to the Worldwide Eugenics Conference of 1932 or so, Junk Bond covered it in one of his Reverse Deception episodes, and we would go there, and we would find, look who's here. This guy's name is, it's a new dude. We got a new guy. Yeah, we're from Hitler, we're from Germany. This new guy that showed up in 1932, what was his name? Oh, I forget his name. Oh, that's right. His name was Adolf. Adolf something or Abnormal. No, I'm pretty sure that's what. No, his name was Adolf. Adolf. Hitler was his name. Hitler was there. Margaret Sanger was there. The Stone Woman from England was there. The world's eugenicists were there. Who were they conspiring to wipe out? Who did they think was a drain on the human race and on society at large? Wasn't just black people, poor people. The Eugenics League of Georgia, for example, here in the United States, gave an annual award out to a family that displayed non-impoverished. I forget how they put it. If Maggie Google searches for it, you can find it. Give an award out for people that were not impoverished and had large families or whatever. And the jihad was supposedly against the poor. That the poor needed to be eradicated from society. They were a drain. Certainly all the blacks need to be gotten rid of because all of them were poor. And all the undesirables. The Eugenics League, of course, is taken seriously by many people. And you could say that ultimately God has the last laugh because this is what drives the final solution and whatnot during World War II. And by the time you get to the end of World War II, the Eugenics League is kaput. It's gone. It is completely eradicated. No one will claim to be a member of the Eugenics Society or the Eugenics League. All the eugenics leagues and societies in the United States, and every state had one, were all eradicated. This wasn't something that someone did. They all just went embarrassed into that soft night and just went, yeah, we're not, we don't have that thing. No. We joined country clubs now. No, we're not in the Eugenics League any longer. Did they go away? No. So what do? They just picked a new target. Who was that? You. And so, as we always say, there's nothing new under the sun. You play that montage back. You know, I have to tell you that I had seen some of those clips individually. I had not seen and then put together. I think we ought to make a list. I think, Maggie, you should go through that clip. And you should, because you can identify almost all of them. I saw Bill Kristol in there. It starts off with Stephen Colbert. Who else was in that clip? Anyways, make a list. Make a list. These people want you exterminated. So what is the alternative to that? Well, you all know what they would do if they were, look, and if the roles were reversed. Look in the chat room at crusadechannel.com/chat. Right? People thought I was joking. Come on, TK, there was no Eugenics League in Georgia. You want to bet? There's a photograph right there of what's called the Eugenics Building. And look behind on the left-hand side of that. What does it say? Governor's Trophy Award. And this family is being awarded the Governor's Trophy as the fittest family. F-I-T-T-E-S-T, the fittest family. What the hell is that? Well, I guess that's the poor people or the people that weren't a drain on society, weren't desirable. Look at the second image that she put in there. The American Eugenics Society. So you people thought that I was making it up. I wasn't making it up. And then you can see there, look at the little graphic image that's on the right-hand side about the inheritance of color. And you can see they got a little graph there that shows how genealogy is transferred via the races from generation to generation. This is a real thing. There's a real movement. And as you know, in the United States, of course, Margaret Sanger and others that were behind this, what ultimately becomes of it? Well, they ultimately become the crazed, radical, wacko nut jobs that I call members of Al Qaeda that were the founding members of that movement, and you know their names. We've talked about them before here on the show. Drawing a blank as to what the names are, but I'll remember them in just a moment here. They just changed the target. Then, instead of going after the people, then they targeted the soon-to-be born babies. And so they never went away is the point here. Now, I don't think that the people that we saw in this video are smart enough to join something like a eugenics league and actually organize themselves together, because these people, by and large, are stupid. These are stupid. But that doesn't mean that we have to be stupid people and just sit on the sidelines, and do the Bill Clinton, shucks, that sister soldier shouldn't ought to have said that, but, we got to give her a break. She's trying hard over there. We'll be back.
Really? Come on, I'm trying to be serious here. Okay. Hear it and other amazing tales on Turley's Believe It or Else, 10 to 11 a.m. Central, every Tuesday on the Crusade Channel. Our app and always on crusadechannel.com. Live talk and podcast radio.
The way it should be.
Thousands of years ago, if you owned a book, you had to haul it home in a wagon, and you'd need your two oldest sons to carry it into the house. Then you'd need one family member who could read.
The story of Beowulf.
Another to hold the candle.
Hold it steady.
And another to turn the pages.
Not that close, you'll catch it on fire.
The good news for you is that was then and this is now. And now you have the Founders Trading Post store, where ordering, delivery, and reading your favorite books is literally a snap. Here's what's new this month.
Bear Wozniak's 12 Rules for Manliness. Where have all the cowboys gone?
This title and many other new releases are available alongside classics and favorites 24/7 at shopmikechurch.com. You can also shop using your app. Download and shop today at shopmikechurch.com/app.
The Crusade Channel and the slaves of the Immaculate Heart of Mary's Sisters present the Saint of the Day.
Hello, Crusaders. This is Sister Maria Filomena with your Saint of the Day. December 9th, Saint Leocadia, martyred in the year 303. A glorious little virgin martyr killed for the Catholic faith in Spain is Saint Leocadia. Her home was at Toledo. She was thrown over a precipice by haters of her faith and her purity. She was a beautiful image of the Mother of God. Her precious body was crushed to pieces from falling on rocks. It is also the feast of Saint Juan Diego, who died in the year 1548. Saint Juan was a 57-year-old Aztec Indian to whom the Mother of God appeared in December in 1531 at Guadalupe, Mexico. She said, "Juan Diego, my good and faithful son, know that I am Mary, ever virgin, mother of the true God. I am the mother of your people." She also told Juan she wanted a church built where she stood on Tepeyac Hill. Though it was winter, she had him pick some roses there on the barren hill. She arranged the roses in his tilma and sent him with them to Bishop Zumarraga as a proof of her appearance. As Juan opened his tilma in the presence of the bishop, the roses tumbled out, and the bishop fell to his knees. There on Juan's rough tilma was a miraculous picture of the Holy Virgin, just as she had appeared to Juan Diego. Because of her appearance to Juan Diego, 9 million Mexican people were converted. Saint Leocadia, Saint Juan Diego, pray for us. Thank you for joining us for these brief summaries of the lives of today's saints. Tomorrow's saints are Saint Eulalia of Meridia, Blesseds Brian and Sydney, Pope St. Melchiades, and Our Lady of Loretto. To access all of our Saint of the Day recordings as podcasts, head to crusadechannel.com/saints. You can learn more about our sisters in the building of our convent by visiting stphilomenaconvent.org. I'm Sister Maria Filomena, and until next time, God bless and Mary keep you.
Do you hear that, Maggie?
Do I hear what?
You don't hear the sound of bees buzzing about?
No, I see the result of that buzzing about and these beautiful new beeswax candles.
We sell candles now?
Not just any candles. These are handmade beeswax candles.
Well, that explains me imagining bees.
And they come in different sizes. There's a votive, a 3-day, and a 7-day size too.
Well, that should start a buzz in the store.
It better, or you'll get the buzz.
Order handmade beeswax candles today while supplies last at shop.mikechurch.com.
Hello, Crusaders. It's Trader Jill, aka Lee. When I want the best in live talk radio in the palm of my hand, I always have it with the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app, even for technophobes like Jim.
I heard that!
Listening to or watching the KingDude live or on podcast is just literally 2 clicks away, and installing the app is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. Tap login now or proceed as guest. See? It's really that simple. Don't ever be without the Master Chief himself. Again, no matter where you are, install the Crusade Channel app today.
The all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app is the best way to listen to the Crusade Channel ever. And installation is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. It is literally that easy. Install the Crusade Channel 2.0 app today at crusadechannel/app.
Hey, Mick. Yesterday's show wasn't enough. It's time to crack open another can of Mike Church Show whooping.
This guy just don't want to win, you know. He wants to bury you. He wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that it was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time out.
Hey, freaks don't hear the rocky music before they leave satellite radio.
How about a Fresca?
The Mike Church Show. Weekday mornings on the Crusade Channel. King-sized truth. From radio-sized speakers.
Let's do it! You gotta beat the clock. You gotta beat the clock.
You can boogie, love disco, love that disco sound. Move on your body, spinning round and round. But don't forget, oh no. Don't forget, oh no. The stars on 45 keep on turning in your mind. But we can work it out. Remember, twist the shout. You still not tell me why and no reply.
I do feel that any anti-imperialist group like ours must reflect such a divergence of interest within its power base.
Agreed. Francis? Yeah, I think Judith's point of view is very valid, Reg, provided the movement never forgets that it is the unalienable right of every man or woman to rid himself or herself. Agreed. Thank you, brother. Or sister. Where was I? I think you finished. Oh, right. Furthermore, it is the birthright of every man or woman. Why don't you shut up about women, Stan? You're putting us off. Women have a perfect right to play a part in our movement, Reg. Why are you always on about women, Stan? I want to be one. What? I want to be a woman. From now on, I want you all to call me Loretta. What? It's my right as a man.
Well, why do you want to be Loretta, Stan?
I want to have babies. You want to have babies? It's every man's right to have babies if he wants them. But you can't have babies. Don't you oppress me. I'm not oppressing you, Stan. You haven't got a womb. Where's the fetus going to gestate? You're going to keep it in a box?
Here, I've got an idea. Suppose you agree that he can't actually have babies, not having a womb, which is nobody's fault, not even the Romans, but that he can have the right to have babies.
Good idea, Judith. We shall fight the oppressors for your right to have babies, brother. Sister, sorry. What's the point? What? What's the point of fighting for his right to have babies when he can't have babies?
me wanting you, honey. Sugar, sugar.
And welcome back.
You are my candy.
Mr. King Dude played! You played it in the wrong order! Well, I can explain
This
it.
happened once before. I came through your door. No reply.
So I had the reliable mobile studio version of the MacBook Pro, which I just got in September. Well, I just took it over, actually. I've had it for 2 years, but transferred the old show stuff onto the new. And the last time I used it for a concert, a road show like today's, was in Park City, Utah. And we had planned in Park City, Utah, when we brought the whole rig out there for Madison's wedding, because we were there for the whole week. All of you remember that, or some of you remember it. But for those of you that don't just fake it, we had planned to do Wednesday and Thursday, not Friday. So in the haste to get everything transferred over, I'm like, well, I don't need the Friday folder because I'm not going to use it. I wasn't thinking when I was planning for this trip. I was not thinking that, well, do you have everything you're going to need? And, of course, I didn't have the Friday folder, so I just realized it this morning. No, wait a minute, I'm not going without Family Guy. I am not going without the Family Guy soundbite. Jeff Johnson will never forgive me, and I'll never hear the end of it from Trouble Dean. Well, I guess Kirk had 8 sandwiches. Snicker, snicker. He forgot to bring his file. Snicker, snicker. You're not getting me. Nope, not going to let it happen. So I had to finagle the file over from a computer. That's why I had to have Maggie go wake it up during the last time out. I'm like, I'm trying to connect to the machine over there. But in any event, got it all transferred over, and we are all good. This portion of the program brought to you by the Founders Pass Membership Service. Folks, if you want to view or listen to entertaining, tradition-minded content, we are your home. And we're going to become a bigger part of your home for that. But we got to get there. We got to grow the membership. You can help with that by giving a Founders Pass gift membership card. Just go to crusadechannel.com/card. That's crusadechannel.com/card, C-A-R-D. And we'll take you to that beautiful little Christmassy. Oh, look, KingDude, it looked all Christmassy and stuff. Oh, it is so inspirational and stuff. Well, yeah, well, click the box there and put $20 in there, and it'll be really inspirational for all of us. You can give a 3-month Founders Pass gift membership. You will never be billed again. One time and done. And that's for 3 months. That's a 65% saving. Or shoot the main line and just do the whole year for your friend, family member, or frenemy, and give them a year of the Founders Pass, which includes everything: chat room, the podcast, the stream, the whole shebang, for $50. That is a 70% saving. And again, it's a one and done. You'll get an actual gift card where you can print it out if you'd like, or you can just email it to them. All you need is a name and an email address and the date you want them to get their gift membership on. If you need us to nag them to cash the gift membership in, because I know a lot of people say, I gave gift memberships and nobody ever activated them, Cajun Mama is on the job. Cajun, if you check the box at checkout, yes, I want Cajun Mama to nag the living crap out of my recipient until they sign up. We have that covered. So give the gift to the Crusade Channel today. You're on the marketing team if you do that, and we will be eternally grateful. crusadechannel.com/gift. All right, Maggie, let's do some more digital media files. So glad that dude number 2 has this nice little nifty brother printer over there, so I can rustle papers in stereo and not have to pretend. I have no... Oh, okay. Dude number 2. Speaking of stupid, by the way, if you go to my Substack or YouTube channel or Crusade channel, you can watch my video, and some of you heard it live when we did it 8 days ago. White people are stupid and deserve to be made extinct. Share that video. If you were a little upset by the Let's Kill White People montage that we played last segment, do something about it. Share my video where we say in there, we'll lay out the case here, and then say, none of this is going to matter if these people aren't told, you know what, try it. So there has to be action. This cannot be, and I'm not talking about keyboard warrior action. There has to be action, and this has to be opposed. And stupid, and so don't be stupid. In other words, these people are advocating you, your children, your grandchildren, your niece, your nephew, whoever, if they happen to be just a shade short of yellow usher, they're targeted for extermination. You heard them. I'll play the soundbite. We'll play it again after this one. Play Benny Thompson with Christy No.
NCTC reference the unfortunate accident that occurred with National Guardsmen being killed.
You think that was an unfortunate accident?
I mean,
It was a terrorist attack.
wait. Look, I'll get it straight. Then you can
He shot our
respond.
National Guardsman in the head.
Look, Mr. Chairman, will you direct the witness to allow me to ask my question? It was an unfortunate situation, but you blamed it solely on Joe Biden.
This was an unfortunate situation. The dude walked up to the girl, a woman. He pumped a bullet into her skull. That's not an unfortunate situation, sir. That's a murder. The hell is wrong with these people? That was Representative Benny Thompson, if you didn't know. So this is the Democrat position now. So the position now is that any white person or any National Guardsman or any ICE officer that is killed by these lunatics who are being inspired by these wackos running around talking about, well, you know, we're going to have to, these people are fascists and have to be dealt with like that. And unfortunate? So what? The guy that pumped the bullet into the girl's head and killed her did it because she happened to be walking on the wrong side of the street? What the hell are you talking about? Think he's alone? No, he's not. The Democrat Party position is it's going to take killing. And if a couple of people got to be killed in order to restore Joe Biden and heels up Kamala Harris and whoever else and gruesome Gavin Newsom to power so that we can start arresting all of you and herding you into camps at the end of railroad car lines, well then so be it. That's what we're going to do. They're telling you what they're going to do. Why aren't we taking it seriously? Here, play the next one. This dingbat, this dunce. Again, I'm not even sure this woman is an actual human. If you don't believe in UFOs and extraterrestrials, I present to you Exhibit A. Oh, yeah? What do you call this? Tammy Duckworth.
It is a tragedy that never should have happened in the first place. That is exactly why I led my colleagues to push for this hearing. Military service involves risks, and our service members accept those risks knowingly, selflessly. So we better be damn sure that the mission is the right one. That is clear, that it is a clear and effective mission, that it serves our national security. If we stand by while this administration pursues another irresponsible, open-ended campaign with no defined mission, no clear authorities, no set timeline, and no transparent end state, we fail our troops.
Translation? It's not the guy that shot the chick in the head's fault. It's Trump's fault. If Trump never comes along and tries to bring peace and civility to the mean streets, Washington, D.C., that guardsman is still alive. They're going to kill that poor Afghani man. That poor Afghani man is never incarcerated for a murder, one count of murder, and then one count of attempted murder. It's Trump's fault. You know, this is worse than anything these leftard apologists were doing back in the 1980s and 90s and saying that he's a victim. So now the victim now comes from a foreign country, doesn't speak English, is here on some sort of Hades-forsaken initiative that the auto pen initiated here, and then people die in the process of it, and it's their fault. She shouldn't have been in the National Guard to begin with. This woman has a vote on the $6.5 trillion spending as a member of the United States Senate. You know, it used to be that the United States Senate was supposedly the most august legislative body in the world. That's a joke. And if you think that that's it, okay, let's do another one, shall we? Digital media file number 4. This is another member of the Senate, same committee. Well, let's be clear here. This person, she shouldn't have been there. This is not the fault of the murder.
These individuals shouldn't have been here. They should have been celebrating Thanksgiving with their families at home rather than patrolling near Farragut Square in Washington. And if those legal orders are withheld, there's something additionally we owe these families in addition to the prosecution of the assassin. The civil officials responsible for an unlawful deployment will owe these families a deep, deep apology for the losses that they have suffered. The prosecution of the assassin is important. But responsibility and acceptance of responsibility from civil servants issuing illegal orders is also important.
Name the illegal order. What the hell is this lunatic? It's Tim Kaine, your senator, Mac. The hell is this lunatic talking about? There's no illegal order that was issued in Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, they went to court to stop it. Muriel Bowser lost. And you know what Muriel Bowser ultimately wound up doing? I agree with the president. We should go back and find that digital media file where the mayor of D.C., Muriel Bowser, says, yeah, we lost the court case. I'm okay. She meets with President Trump. She goes, I agree with the president. What is the result here? You see what's going on here. Now you see, exactly as we told you, the Don't Give Up the Coup mission is proceeding apace. The seditious six, this is their doing. I think at the end of the day, if you want a conspiracy, if you want a break from Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk and Egyptians and aliens coming in to murder Charlie so they can collect the bounty from Assad and what have you, try this one on. Did the seditious six plant seeds into sleeper cells? Was don't give up the ship code for you are activated, mofo. Now go kill some people. That's a great conspiracy theory. I like it. And you know what? It actually has some practical facts behind it that you could almost say, well, to a KingDude, it almost makes sense. Yes, it does. They shouldn't have been there on an all-lawful order. I have to know, Maggie. Kristi Noem was sitting right there. Did she not push back against this wacko?
Well, when Tim Kaine was talking, she had already left because she was doing some type of signing initiative or something like that. So she had already left the room at that point in time.
So she wasn't there. So there was no one to say, what unlawful order are you referring to? Now, at that point, when you're saying that they're carrying out an unlawful order, that means that any of the National Guardsmen that remain on the streets, the formerly mean streets of D.C., if they hear this, are now going to say, Commander, am I carrying out? These people are saying that the people that you gave the order to me and that you're going to have to pay for it. Did you give me an illegal, illicit, unlawful order? You know, there are laws and rules against this. I just can't believe that that happened and there was nothing that was said in response to this. It looks like that you have another one. This Representative LaMonica McIver? This is another one? Maggie's giving me the King Dude. She is bat crazy. Well, you can get okay. Well, let's hear. We'll hear a little bit of the bat poopness.
Let's start with the basics. How can we trust your department with you at the helm? The American people deserve an answer, even if you've spent the past year dodging accountability like it's your full-time job.
Tape.
We need to talk about oversight. Oversight is not optional. It is not a courtesy because you feel like it. It is not something you entertain only when it's politically convenient to you.
She's reading a script.
Yet, time and time again, Secretary Noem, you have treated congressional oversight as an inconvenience at best, and at worst, something to be invaded, ignored, or denied altogether. Republicans on this committee may be willing to hand.
Oh, okay. So you can't hear me. So okay. So precious ears don't get tickled with a little bit of echo. You had to mute me, and you didn't hear me yelling, "Stop the tape!" As I'm screaming, "Stop the tape! Stop the tape!" Because I can hear me here, but you couldn't hear me. Okay. Everyone is now dumber for having listened to it. Here's what I was saying when I was yelling, "Stop the tape! Stop the tape!" Someone wrote that for her. That's a script. She was reading from a script. First of all, what we have to do is, you know, it's almost like if you remember the old Cheech and Chong bit, for those of you that are old enough to remember, the first, young man, why don't you get up and read your book report on your summer vacation? Okay. On the first day of my summer vacation, I woke up. Then I went downtown to look for a job. I couldn't find a job, so then I went and hung out in front of the drugstore. Anybody remember that bit? And then he goes, on the second day of my summer vacation, I woke up. Then I went downtown. He keeps going on, and the teacher's in the background going, class, young man, young man, young man, shut up. Thank you. That's what you just heard. I'm just looking at the rest of the cut sheet. And again, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I was off all day yesterday interviewing Commander John Sark, if you're just joining us. I did the show. Arthur and I hung out and talked for about a half an hour. And then he left to go to Commander Sharp's house. I had to get all my stuff together. I told a story earlier this morning. It was a 2-hour trip there. I get there. I get the lay of the land. I set the equipment up. And I was interviewing Sharp for 4 hours. And then I had dinner with the Sharp family. And then 2-hour trip back home. So I had no news coverage yesterday. I knew nothing that was going on. So this is when Maggie started putting this stuff together for me this morning. This is the first that I've heard of any of it, and the first time that I've heard the soundbite. So the question that I was asking of the greatest radio producer in history of radio producers is, did no one respond to this? Well, if it was a committee hearing, they had to have at least the useless, worthless, stupid party members on the other side, didn't they? All right, we'll find out in our final hour when we come back. Here, stick around. Last segment of the program coming up next.
True crime shows since dinosaurs were solving cold cases with fossil evidence. Yeah. It's that original, folks.
Mom's Murders and Mysteries. New episodes debut every Tuesday night, 6:30 East, 4 West, exclusively on the Crusade Channel. Live talk podcast radio, the way it should be. Okay, please enter the 9-digit 2-step authorization code we just emailed you. Jeez. What do you mean, prove I'm human? Okay, that's a car. That's a car. That's a car. Those are not cars. Please try again. Oh my gosh. I'll show you. Try again, stupid piece of AI mother. Here, try this.
Jim, what are you doing? Good grief, man. This isn't Office Space the movie. What are you trying to do?
I just wanted to send the KingDude a donation through the stupid computer.
Like Trump, the KingDude makes everything better, including donating, which you can now do by mail.
Mail? They still have that?
Of course they do, and the KingDude's keeping the ponies running on time and in business. Just snail mail your donation to P.O. Box 400, Madisonville, Louisiana, 70447.
Ha! And you can't. You're such a boomer. Me this time. And wait a minute. I know they're around here somewhere. There! Ha-ha!
Dude, those are airmail stamps from the movie Airplane. Surely.
You're listening to the Crusade Channel, a Black Hat Studios media property. Broadcasting live 24/7 from Madisonville, Louisiana, and to the world via CrusadeChannel.com. Crusade Channel News. News you can trust.
Because let's face it, the truth just sounds different. Like a symphony of facts.
And now, from the Crusade Channel News Desk.
Hello, Crusaders. Welcome to Friday, December the 12th, 2025. I'm Ron Stafford, reporting for the Crusade Channel News Desk, live from the Stafford Ranch in beautiful downtown Chester, Maryland. Today's newscast is brought to you by the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app. It's the best way to listen to the KingDude ever, and installation is so easy. Just open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, and then open the app. It's literally that easy. Here's what to listen for this hour. A gas explosion in San Fran, more drama with Miss James, and a new poll about next year's midterms. A gas explosion set off a major fire in a San Francisco Bay Area neighborhood yesterday after obliterating at least one home, blowing out windows and shaking nearby houses. 6 people were taken to hospitals for injuries. Dramatic video footage showed a home in the Hayward area sitting under a blue sky when it suddenly exploded, spewing jagged wood and other debris into the air as smoke billowed. Alameda County Deputy Fire Chief Ryan Nishimoto said he did not know if those injured were workers or residents, but he said that 3 people were immediately sent to a hospital due to their injuries, and 3 others who were sent had more minor injuries. In other news, a grand jury declined for a second time in a week to re-indict New York Attorney General Letitia James yesterday, in another major blow to the Justice Department's efforts to prosecute the president's political opponents. The repeated failures amounted to a stunning rebuke of prosecutors' bid to resurrect a criminal case President Donald Trump pressured them to bring, and hinted at a growing public leeriness of the administration's retribution campaign. Finally, recent electoral victories have given Democrats increasing hope of taking back one and perhaps both houses of Congress in next year's midterm elections. But a new Reuters Ipsos poll suggests that some of that enthusiasm may be premature. Republicans hold a greater advantage with older voters who are more likely to turn out during non-presidential years. The poll found that those voters may be less swayed by the kind of cost of living issues that have animated recent Democratic campaigns. Joel Payne, a longtime Democratic strategist, said that the poll, quote, shows there is still a lot of work ahead for Democrats to unify their base and to demonstrate that they can meet the moment. Our quote of the day comes from St. Francis of Assisi. Where there is charity and wisdom, there is neither fear nor ignorance. Our saint of the day is our Blessed Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you can learn all about her in today's Saint of the Day podcast at CrusadeChannel.com. You're listening to Crusade Channel News.
When most people hear the word coffee, they conjure up visions of a ceramic mug in the palm of both hands and a woman slowly sipping. This isn't a Folgers commercial. It's for cappuccino holy roast, and here's how I take mine. With a dash of vanilla, a pinch of cinnamon, a spoonful of honey, and lots of heavy cream. Add some ice, shake, and then enjoy, while knowing that's $6 the libs at Starbucks can't spend to ruin my life and yours.
Cappuccino Holy Roast in whole bean or grind is available at shop.mychurch.com.
In other news, Southwest Airlines expects Boeing's 737 MAX 7 to be certified by around August of next year, with the U.S. carrier to start flying the small single-aisle jet during the first quarter of 2027, according to CEO Bob Jordan. Jordan said on the sidelines of an event held by the Wings Club in New York City, quote, "Boeing has said kind of mid-next summer. I guess it'll be certified, maybe in August of 2026. Jordan had previously told analysts that he expected the certification of Boeing's smallest MAX jet sometime during the first half of 2026, with the aircraft to enter service as early as the last quarter of next year. A Hollywood director was convicted yesterday on charges that he scammed Netflix out of $11 million for a show that never materialized, while he instead used the cash for lavish purchases that included several Rolls-Royces, a Ferrari, and about $1 million in mattresses and luxury bedding. Carl Eric Lynch, best known for his directing the film 47 Ronin, was convicted of wire fraud, money laundering, and other charges, according to court records and a spokesperson for federal prosecutors in New York. Finally, ministry leaders with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes say that they have distributed nearly 245,000 Bibles this year, up 25,000 from last year. The scriptures were handed out not just in the U.S., but in scores of foreign countries. FCA told the Christian Post that, quote, "By providing scripture in multiple languages, FCA aims to make the gospel accessible and culturally relevant worldwide." The ministry first began handing out Bibles to athletes who attended camps back in 1978. I'm Ron Stafford for the Crusade Channel, seeking news and finding truth.
Thousands of years ago, if you owned a book, you had to haul it home in a wagon, and you'd need your two oldest sons to carry it into the house. Then you'd need one family member who could read.
The story of Beowulf.
Another to hold the candle.
Hold it steady.
And another to turn the pages.
Not that close, you'll catch it on fire.
The good news for you is that was then and this is now. And now you have the Founders Trading Post store, where ordering, delivery, and reading your favorite books is literally a snap. Here's what's new this month.
Flee from Heresy, from the one and only Bishop Athanasius Snyder, a Catholic guide to ancient and modern errors.
This title and many other new releases are available alongside classics and favorites 24/7 at shopmikechurch.com. You can also shop using your app. Download and shop today at shopmikechurch.com/app.
Exclusively on the Crusade Channel, radio the way it should be.
Thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Melakalikimaka is a wise way to say Merry Christmas to you. Take it, girl.
Melakalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees.
Welcome back to Free Phone Friday and Mike Church Show. We are live in King George, Virginia, on the banks of the Potomac River. It is a Free Phone Friday, and you know what that means.
Oh, and remember, Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
It's Free Phone. It's Free Phone.
Yes, it is a Free Phone Friday. So we got two broadcast Fridays left here for the end of the broadcast year. Take advantage of it. 844-527-8723. 844-5-CRUSADE. Crusader Stadium chat room open at crusadechannel.com/chat. This portion of the program brought to you by the Founders Trade and Post Store. 5 fantastic gift sets. Gift available for you to give to anyone. We'll ship it anywhere that you want, or you just have it shipped to you. Put together by yours truly and Mrs. Maggie O'Connell. You have the backyard grill master set. You have the bougie set. You have the coffee set. You have the tea set, and then you have the Catholic gentleman set. And you can get all of them in one place. You can also give gift cards away in any denomination that you wish. Yes, a real gift card. I think people may think that this is some kind of a joke, or that well, you're so gift cards for it. No, this is like real. The only thing that I'm not going to be able to give you is a actual plastic one that you would buy in person in a checkout line at BJ's. But I can get you a paper, or you can print it on thicker paper, representation of it. If you want to cut it out and make it look like it's an actual gift card, because it does have a redemption code on it, well, then you can do that. Or you can send it via email. But if you want the print route, then you just print it out, put it in an envelope, stick it in a card or whatever, and bammo. It is a Founders Trade and Post Store gift card. And all they need is the code to use at checkout. So easy to do, easy to give, and they can pick from any of the great stuff that's on sale today. Today is December the 12th, the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. All rosaries are on sale today in honor of the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And, of course, the appearance that she made on this day in 1531 in Tepeyac, Mexico, which is today Mexico City. And, of course, you know the story about the tilma and the miraculous image. And then there's a 10 million conversions and baptisms and what have you. So it's a great feast day today. So celebrate it and give a little of Our Lady to someone, especially in your life, the gift of a handmade Little Bayou Rosary from Mrs. O'Connell while you're shopping for gift sets and gift cards. Shop.mikechurch.com. Check your email for the Rosary gift card or the Rosary coupon code that you'll need for today, for the Rosary sale today. Again, shop.mikechurch.com. Check your email for the code. I don't know what it is, or I tell you what it is. Maybe, Maggie, do you know what it is? You know what the code is? Okay. I don't know what it is. But I know it's a significant code. It's a discount. So shop with us today. Your purchases support the Founders Trade and Post War and the Crusade Channel and the Mike Church Show and all the other great stuff and work that we do here. Folks, you're going to shop anyway. Why not at least browse? Come on in and browse Founders Trade and Post Store at shop.mikechurch.com. All right. Where did we leave off on the digital media files? Oh, there's just... I hate being in the middle of things. I really do. There's this ridiculous discussion that's going on. I think it's ridiculous. Well, of course, then again, I think lots of things are ridiculous and stupid. There is a discussion going on today. I guess what has happened is that the funding, the subsidy funding for Obamacare is about to run out at the end of this calendar year. Of course, you hear, Trump goes out there and says, what I want to do, we want to make it so you can buy your own health insurance. We don't want you. You don't have to come to us. You can go buy from anyone you want. Why does there have to be a subsidy to begin with? Maggie won't tell the story, but since she won't tell it, I'll tell it. Let's pretend like you don't have health insurance anymore, and you're going like, well, I'm just going to concierge medicine my way through life. Okay, fine. That's what we do. So Ms. O'Connell had an issue with a joint, we'll say. And she's telling me, I don't know, what am I supposed to do? We don't have regular doctors. We're relatively healthy, and we've had to go through the paperwork of a health insurance plan. I said, well, they've got that they put this. This is fascinating to me, and should become like the trend. A set of 5 doctors here in the St. Tammany Parish area of Southeast Louisiana decided that they didn't want to deal with the federales and all the paperwork for Medicare and Medicaid and Medicare Part D and S-CHIP and every other Haiti and Obamacare and every other Haiti's forsaken form of subsidized grift payment for medical services. So they decided they built their own building. It's basically a miniature triage hospital. They built their own building at their expense. They hired the staff. They hired good nurses and technicians and what have you. And they only take cash. Now, if you have insurance, they will take it. But they'll tell you that they prefer that you pay for it. Now, this is the most fascinating part about it to me is that when Maggie goes in to go have this issue looked at, the doctor comes in, and he's an actual doctor, and he says, okay, let's have a look, and does the examination and says, okay, well, what I think, here, I'll be back in a minute. He comes back and he basically hands her a menu. He says, check all the items off that you are comfortable with us doing today, and we'll get started. And so she checks the X-ray and the other thing, and then they ask, okay, are you comfortable? Are you okay to make the down payment today or whatever the case is? Because, yeah. And he goes, no, you can pay it all today, or you can pay it in 3 installments or whatever the case is. And then he said, okay. She signs and agrees, and then they do whatever the medical work was, an X-ray, an exam, and then a follow-up, and if you need any prescriptions with anti-inflammatories or whatever the case is. We're not going to detail what happened. The point is, there was hardly a wait. The people were friendly. She got treated like she was an actual customer, human being. Got seen pretty rapidly. Had a good consultation with the doctor, who did not tell her, this is what I'm going to do to you. Who's your insurance provider? Instead, as I said, she was handed, okay, this is what we recommend. You don't have to do any of these, or you can do them all. And it's basically, and then you can, and you have an advise and consult, and you go like, okay, well, item C, why do I have to have that? And then the doctor will explain this. Go, no, you don't have to, but this is why I recommend it. And then basically, you make the decision here. Now, remember back in the day when Dr. Wade Casey used to come on the show? We love Dr. Wade Casey. And Dr. Wade Casey was, don't stop repealing. He'd always sing his little Don't Stop Repealing song. He was fighting this back in 2016. We probably did a dozen or so shows with Dr. Wade Casey. And as a matter of fact, I'm not really sure what happened to him. I should try and get in touch with him again. Because he was a fierce opponent of Obamacare. But he was advocating for, and in Dallas, he was actually practicing what has come to be known as concierge medicine. And what that basically is you are the client or the customer. They are the provider. But it's like if you go to AutoZone. Well, I just came here for the windshield wipers. Yeah, but we got a sale. We got a sale on washer fluid. You are not bound to buy anything other than the charge for the examination and the visit fee, whatever that is. Instead, the hospital or the concierge is now operating basically as a for-profit enterprise. And the way it's going to make money is by, and you hope that this is repeated, is ultimately by competition. Let's say 5 more doctors decide, man, those guys are doing really good over there. We're sick of dealing with Uncle Sucker and the state of Louisiana too. Why don't we start one of these? Well, then it becomes hey, did you go to Dr. Benny Boom Bot's concierge? Yeah, I used to go there. But you know what? Ever-Ready Care down the road. They're faster and they're cheaper. That's how that would happen, and that's how you would get actual American citizens actually paying for their actual health needs. And there would be many, many instances where Dr. Benny Boom Bots would hand you that menu, and you'd go like, do I have to have this pharmaceutical? And Dr. Benny Boom Bots, he was a good doctor, would say, no, you don't. I'm offering the option to you. You go in there with a gold-plated Blue Cross Blue Shield or United Healthcare or Aetna or Citizens or whatever, and they're going to go, hey, watch this. Hey, Dr. Ray, watch this. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go sell her $6,000 worth of stuff she doesn't need. Here, what's the over-under? I can get her over $5,000. And of course, you're not paying for it, or you don't think you're paying for it. The insurance company's paying for it. This is a racket. This is an unsustainable racket. And so this, to me, this ridiculous discussion about, well, I have to do this for the Obama. Why don't you just do what Trump said he was going to do in 2017? Repeal it. Don't fund it. If the state of Louisiana wants to give health and medical services away to people, we can pay for it. If the state of Virginia wants to give medical services away, fine. You pay for it. There will come a point in time where taxation will equal what can be tolerated by the taxed. And you will reach that threshold limit. You don't reach it right now because you can borrow the money and you don't have to pay the actual taxes on it. It's deferred. So I just think that this ridiculous, that this is the discussion, and this to me is a no-brainer. The stupid party could solve this problem and be heroes, but they're terrified of their own shadows. So I guess this is Caroline Levitt talking about this, digital media file number 7 at the White House briefing yesterday. Well, the Democrats are the one that wrote the expiration date in it. We didn't do that. President Trump's not going to bring this to an end. The Democrats did this. Probably thinking that cackle heels up Harris was going to, or Biden was going to lose re-election, and so that they could use it. Why would you sunset it on December the 31st in a midterm year? Because you think you're going to be out of power, and you're going to use this as a cudgel to beat the other party with. If that's the case, and I'm right, well, then there is an answer to that. And it's not what the stupid party is saying to do. In any event, here's the soundbite.
Military. Mary.
It now seems all but certain that the Obamacare subsidies will expire at the end of the year. It means more than 20 million Americans are now bracing for their health care costs to soar. Is the president prepared to let this happen, or is he going to step in?
The president is prepared to take action on health care, and he wants Republicans on the Hill to do the same. As you have seen, Senate Republicans put forth their own legislation earlier this week. As for the subsidies that are set to expire, I would like to remind you and everybody at home why this is on the brink of happening. Democrats wrote Obamacare. They passed it without a single Republican vote, and then they ballooned it with these expensive COVID subsidies that completely distorted the health insurance market. And then they doubled down, extending those subsidies and setting their own expiration date right now in 2025, which the administration is obviously well aware of, and we are working. The president is working with his healthcare policy team here at the White House, as well as Republicans on Capitol Hill, to find a solution.
You said he's working to find a solution. He wants to see a solution to lower health care costs.
He does.
But these subsidies are expiring at the end of the year. So what is the plan, and what is he going to do to put this in place in the next 2-3 weeks?
You'll hear more from the president and from the White House on that very soon. As for wanting a solution to lower healthcare costs, I'm glad you said it, because the president is doing just that. He has made unprecedented progress towards lowering healthcare costs in this country and drug prices. He's secured numerous most favored nation drug price deals, with many more to come. As you know, the One Big Beautiful Bill, the working family tax cut, significantly expanded access to health savings accounts for those on Obamacare. Again, a Democrat written program and approved program, which has led to higher health care costs in this country.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the clip. Okay. I hate to. That's the sound of a broken record. I hate to be the sound of a broken record, but this is stupid. Not only are white people stupid, all Republican people are stupid. This is not difficult to figure out. You have been railing against this for what? Since 2010. Let's see, it passed in... What is the date Patrick Henry gave the liberty or death speech? I think it's April 23rd. It's either April 13th or April 23rd. 2011. So for 14 years, Obamacare was supposed to lower prices. That was it. The sales pitch, we have to wax on. We have to pass the bill to see, wax on. All roads lead to Putin, 10,000, 14,000 Ukrainians dead. We have to, Pelosi infamously said we have to pass the bill to find out what's in it. Well, you passed it, and now we know what's in it. Crap. The ostensible purpose of the whole darn thing was to bring down the cost of health care, as they call it. And of course, as we were screaming and hollering then in 2009 and 10 during the debate, actually it was April 13th, 2010, screaming and hollering during the debate, draw the line between care and insurance. You just heard the reporter, and Americans are bracing for their health care costs to skyrocket. No, Americans are bracing for the fact that they have to actually pay for their own medical needs instead of someone else paying for it. Properly understood. And then having to deal with the failure, and it is an abject, complete, and total failure of the scheme that was never going to work from the get-go to begin with, that was called Obamacare. And it's a simple matter of, like, we have the votes. You need 219 votes or 218 votes in the House. Done. 50 votes plus J.D. Vance in the Senate if you nuke the filibuster. done, and it's over. Not only do you get rid of the stupid subsidy, but you then send a message back. Republicans are actually proposing that we're going to use the Sherman Antitrust Act and our power under Article 1, Section 8 to make commerce regular. We're going to put the monopolies out of business. We are going to completely and totally order the complete and total deregulation of all the sale of all health insurance policies in the United States. South Carolina, you can't stop Aetna from selling in your state any longer. Louisiana, you can't stop Cigna or whoever from selling in Louisiana. The monopolies are over. Now, I'm not stupid enough or naive enough to tell you that fixes the whole problem and it just goes away. Because the problem is, go back and watch TV shows from the early 70s, mid 70s, before government was running medical services, which is a stupid idea to begin with. These people don't do very many things right. They blow things up and kill people very well. Outside of that, they're not very good at most anything. Why would anyone think they could run medical programs? Even the ones that are doctors, like Bill Cassidy, my senator. You go back and watch like Marcus Welby, MD, or for whatever. That was you had major medical, and you had the doctor, and you paid for it. The idea has been nuked. Maybe it's time to bring it back.
Podcast radio.
The way it should be.
Hello, Crusaders. I'm Ron Stafford at the Crusade Channel News Desk with your Crusade Crucials for Friday, December the 12th, 2025. This report is brought to you by the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app. It's the best way to listen to the KingDude ever. Installation is oh so easy. Just open up a browser on your device and go to crusadechannel.com/app. Tap the download button and then just open the app. It's literally that easy. Wall Street set records yesterday, even as a sell-off for Oracle and worries about a potential bubble in artificial intelligence technology weighed on the market. The S&P 500 inched up 0.2% and eked past its prior all-time closing high, which was set back in October. The Dow Jones Industrial Average leaped 646 points, or 1.3%, to top its own record set last month. The Nasdaq Composite lagged behind and slipped 0.3% because of the weakness for AI stocks. Notable birthdays for you on this Friday. John Jay, our first U.S. Chief Justice, was born today, and Henry Wells, born 1805. He was the co-founder of Wells Fargo and American Express. Our quote today from St. Francis of Assisi: "Where there was charity and wisdom, there was neither fear nor ignorance." And our saint of the day is our Blessed Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you can learn all about her in today's Saint of the Day podcast at crusadechannel.com. You're listening to Crusade Channel News.
Hello, Crusaders. It's Trader Jill, a.k.a. Lee. When I want the best in live talk radio in the palm of my hand, I always have it with the all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app, even for technophobes like Jim. Listening to or watching the KingDude live or on podcast is just literally 2 clicks away, and installing the app is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. Tap login now or proceed as guest. See, it's really that simple. Don't ever be without the Master Chief himself. Again, no matter where you are, install the Crusade Channel app today.
The all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app is the best way to listen to the Crusade Channel ever. And installation is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. It is literally that easy. Install the Crusade Channel 2.0 app today at crusadechannel.com/app. We don't work on Sundays, and you shouldn't work on Sundays, but our priests work every Sunday.
And we literally thank God for that, because who else could turn a lazy Sunday into a spiritual adventure? We invite you to spend your Sundays with our priests on Sermon Sundays, exclusively on the Crusade channel. Get timely, seasonal, inspirational, and educational sermons from Catholic priests, all wrapped up in the best Catholic sacred chant music that's so heavenly, it might just make your halo glow. That's Sermon Sunday, where faith meets fun without missing a beat.
Catch all new seasonal sermons every Sunday morning, 6 a.m. East to 6 p.m. exclusively here on the Crusade channel.
And now, for the first time ever, those soul-stirring sermons you soak up on Sunday are available as podcasts Monday through Saturday on crusade.com. Because even divine wisdom needs a replay button. And who wouldn't want a holy encore to kick off their week without the risk of divine intervention for hitting snooze?
Okay, please enter the 9-digit 2-step authorization code we just emailed you. Jeez. What do you mean, prove I'm human? Okay, that's a car. That's a car. That's a car. Those are not cars. Please try again. Oh my gosh. I'll show you. Try again, stupid piece of AI mother. Here, try this.
Jim, what are you doing? Good grief, man. This isn't Office Space the movie. What are you trying to do?
I just wanted to send the KingDude a donation through the stupid computer.
Like Trump, the KingDude makes everything better, including donating, which you can now do by mail.
Mail? They still have that?
Of course they do, and the KingDude's keeping the ponies running on time and in business. Just snail mail your donation to P.O. Box 400, Madisonville, Louisiana, 70447.
Ha! And you can't. You're such a boomer. Me this time. And wait a minute. I know they're around here somewhere. There! Ha-ha!
Dude, those are airmail stamps from the movie Airplane. Surely you have...
Of course I do. And don't call me Shirley. The Crusade Radio Guild is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, so your donations are tax deductible. Donate today, the Crusade Radio Guild, P.O. Box 400, Madisonville, Louisiana, 70447.
Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, an hour of radio so full of deep thoughts, proving it actually makes the KingDude sound smarter than liberals and Decepticons think he is.
I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes.
Morons.
Wisdom Wednesdays, your ticket to the truth that comes included with your Veritas Radio Network subscription, exclusively on Crusade.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and woman warm. I've been kicked around since I was born, and now it is alright, it's okay, and you may look the other way. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on man. Whether you're a brother, whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Well, now I get low and I get high. If I can't get either, I really try.
Okay, I will tell you that was sent to me by Brother Andre Murillo today, and he goes, "Okay, Mike, I've been knocking you and making fun of your poor taste in music for far too long. This is really funny. I think you'll enjoy it." And it is right. It's a pair of twin sisters and a pair of twin brothers, and apparently they're doing this now. Taking hit records from the 70s and the 80s and turning them into medieval chants, basically. And so they did that one. And brother sent it to me. When I watched it on Monday, it had 6,000 views. Today, it has 222,000 views. So I think people are forwarding it around and are approving of it. So that is, let me see. The channel is Jonas Quinn on YouTube, Jonas Quinn. And the title is If Staying Alive Had Been Written in the 16th Century. Actually, I think you're probably 100 years old. I think that's probably, no, 200, probably 14th century. There it is. There's the video. Staying Alive, 1877. In any event, a blessed feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe on December the 12th here to all of you. Mike Churchill here. We are live at the mobile studio here. Dude number 2's home here on the banks of the Potomac River, which if you're watching on video, you can see right behind me there. And in King George of Virginia. Today's our last day. I'm heading back tomorrow, and we'll be happy to be back in the studio with you on Monday. Folks, you know, Yesterday's interview with Commander Sharp went very, very well, and I've been telling you about it for about 2.5 months now, since we committed to it and said that we were going to come up here and do I was coming up here to go to the Christmas vacation show with my brother and family, and then I was going to go do that. In addition, well, as you know, the Christmas vacation thing was rescheduled on us or canceled. But I went ahead and made the plan to go spend the day and get the video interview with Commander Sharp, which is when you see it, you may be a little bit surprised because it's an in-studio video. It's one of the first the only other one that I've done lately here with that setup is and I didn't have this setup, was the interview that I did with Sister Maria Gabriela. Or Gabrielle, and I spoke with John, and I taped it all for 3 hours and 40 minutes. I think we'll make more than one video out of it. Some really good content and materials coming your way. And we have been asking people the entirety of this month here, so I'm going to ask again today because no one has responded. Like 3 people, I think, have responded. So there was a cost involved in coming up here to grab this sort of an interview. This is the kind of thing that you do. I don't do it as a commercial venture. I did it because it's the right thing to do to tell the story and to get Commander Sharp, who, by the way, in his own right, is brilliant. Give him a chance to explain social kingship of Christ to people that few people, if anyone, is actually trying to do online. So asking again, crusadechannel.com/donate. Kick in $5, man. Airfare is not free. Traveling to Maryland to do the interview is not free. You're all going to get it and go, like, well, can I get it and share it with all my friends? Yeah, because it was free. It's not free. And the labor that went into it and the time and the equipment and all that's a big endeavor. As a matter of fact, Sharp, when he walked in the room, because I set it all up. No, I was asking this question of Maggie yesterday. How much would someone get paid to be a roadie and set the Mike Church Show up every time I go to an event? To haul all this stuff in here, to configure it, to figure it out that it's all going to work. How much would it cost per day or per setup? So, when Sharp walked into that room and he saw, because he walked in and he goes, wow, okay, where's my chair? And I said, well, you want that bookcase or you want that bookcase? He goes, I'll take this bookcase. To walk into that room and to have all that stuff set up is a certain set of skills, but you also have to have the equipment, which we've been blessed with the resources to buy it. But it's just a bit, and it's probably because it's the holiday season and people aren't thinking about, well, I'm not going to, I'm already stretched thin. Make a small contribution to let us know that the trip was, that the darn trip was worth it. CrusadeChannel.com/donate. Maybe when the video comes out, people go, oh, it really was good. Thanks for doing it. But obviously today, that's not the day. Speaking of, one of the things I talked about, Commander Sharp, the Zion question. Well, let's talk about it with Tucker Carlson. Maggie, can you cue up digital media file number 12? She didn't like that request for some reason. 12, that's the Tucker Carlson one. Now, I didn't ask this question, and I didn't have any knowledge of this. I remember the executive order that he's talking about when it came out. But as I said yesterday, I was completely out of pocket. 3-hour show, 2-hour drive, 4-hour with Commander Sharp, filming, dinner with the Sharp family, 2-hour drive back, crash. So I only know what is on the cut sheet for today, and that Trump did issue this executive order, but I don't have any other knowledge of it. All right, roll the tape.
Donald Trump was working to bring peace between Iran and Israel Israel didn't want that at all. And so they tried to murder the negotiators in that round of peace talks from Hamas in Doha. And then they tried to tell the world that actually Trump signed off on this. That Trump knew. Totally false. Trump did not know. Not only did they do this, they tried to implicate Trump in it. And he responded a couple of weeks later with an executive order that I'm going to throw on my glasses and read this because it's, I bet not 1 in 100 people knows this even happened. So this was at the end of September this year. Listen to this. He signed an executive order, and this is verbatim, called the Assuring the Security of the State of Qatar. So next time you hear someone on Fox News be like, the terror state of Qatar, if only Trump knew. Right. Assuring the security of the state of Qatar. And we're quoting, over the years, the United States and the state of Qatar have been bound together by close cooperation, shared interests, and the close relationship between our armed forces. The state of Qatar has hosted United States forces, enabled critical security operations, and stood as a steadfast ally in pursuit of peace, stability, and prosperity, both in the Middle East and abroad, including as a mediator that has assisted the United States' attempts to resolve significant regional and global conflicts. Listen to this. In recognition of this history and in light of the continuing threats to the state of Qatar posed by foreign aggression, it is the policy of the U.S. to guarantee the security and territorial integrity of the state of Qatar against external attack. The United States shall regard any armed attack on the territory, sovereignty, or critical infrastructure of the state of Qatar as a threat to the peace and security of the United States. Oh, wait a second. What was the last act of foreign aggression against Qatar? Well, it happened that exact same month. It was a bombing by Israel. So Israel bombs Qatar, and Donald Trump issues an executive order saying, if you do that again, reading by the language here, we're going to war with you. Donald Trump took the side of Qatar over and above Israel and told Israel, and who knows if he'd actually do it, hard to believe, but it's in the executive order. If you do this again, that's tantamount to an attack on us. That's a security guarantee.
Now, I remember when the executive order was signed. I also remember us talking about this. Did they just bomb Qatar? Yeah, they did. Incredibly. So did the Trump administration react and say that, hey, if anyone bombs, there was not a hall pass that was issued there. If anyone bombs Qatar, you're going to hear from us. Now, I don't know why it's in the interest of the United States as a foreign policy matter to defend Qatar with our blood and treasure and to risk going to war with some other foreign entity. That to me, again, that's... You know what I think about that as a foreign policy move, and I'm opposed to it. Now, if it's just done purely for the bravado of telling Netanyahu and his gang, dude, you need to stop. Look, we can't keep covering for you. The entire world hates you, and now they're starting to hate us. And it's wrong, so stop. No, I don't know that that's the conversation that happened. I can only try and fill the gaps in. But it seems to me that and we haven't heard an awful lot from Israel lately, have we? In any event, I just thought I would put it out there. And since I had the conversation with Commander Sharp yesterday, it kind of dovetails with what we have been talking about. All right, I think that I'm going to try this. I think that I can go to the StreamYard Maker hotline and get Magdalene Rose, our political affairs contributor, on the line. Magdalene, are you there? Are you there? Your mic is muted.
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. That darn mute button. So what do you think about this?
I think that we're kind of posturing a little bit right now, and you mentioned we haven't heard a lot from Israel. That's because there's massive issues within Israel about who should be running the government there. Bibi is in trouble. There's really a big uprising against him and against his area of politics. So I think Israel, honestly, is very unstable right now politically, and I think Trump is going to do whatever he wants while that's happening.
Okay, because time is short and we only have a couple of minutes here, let's shift gears here for a moment. The latest with Candace Owens and TPUSA. One of Charlie's right-hand men goes on with Ralph Stouthet yesterday. The guy's name is Andrew Colvett. Basically says we don't appreciate these conspiracy theories because now we're the subject of them, and some of what is being said is just bat poop crazy as the kind of the back and forth and the war continues here. Has Candace Owens responded to, I was indisposed yesterday, so I don't know. Has Candace Owens had now responded and called Andrew Colvett part of the conspiracy as well?
Well, yes, and she's also mocking Erica Kirk, very openly. She's mocking her as a beauty queen who is using canned answers. She's basically saying that nothing Erica says is emotional enough, and that Erica can't just be widowed and become CEO, that if she's going to be CEO, she has to compartmentalize and she can never lead with emotion. I have to say, I think that there's a great danger in what Candace Owens is doing in poisoning a jury pool so that when Tyler Robinson goes to trial, which will probably be at the end of 2026, I think that we have a real possibility of him getting off simply because Candace's audience is so large. And I think that the reason his team has said nothing against this is because they believe firmly that because of Candace Owens, they could face either a mistrial or something. I think that she's endangering this verdict of guilty.
Well, it may be what the whole thing is about. Finally here today, I don't know if you heard the hearing yesterday, but the Democrats went into this hearing with the national, talking about the national shooting, the murder of that female National Guardswoman from West Virginia, and basically went in there with Tammy Duckworth, Tim Kaine, and who was the other one, Maggie? LaMonica McIver. Basically saying that it wasn't the Afghani guy's fault, it was Trump's fault. Tim Kaine actually said that this was an illegal, illicit order that was given, and the woman would still be alive if Trump hadn't given the order, and the people responsible for it are going to pay for it. Where in the hell is the response?
Well, there isn't one. The idea that it's Trump's fault for putting a member of the U.S. military in the Capitol is ridiculous. Like, if you actually reason that out and you realize what they're saying, that because he put a member of the U.S. military in the nation's capital and that person was assassinated and another one is fighting for their life because of illegal immigration and an open door
This is
policy during the
crime.
Afghanistan thing.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Well, and then you can say that as a follow-up. This is a seditious six. The coup is still on. The don't give up the ship. The coup is still on. How do we know that the don't give up the ship wasn't a code to activate sleeper cells?
We never will. And Tammy Duckworth is the leader of this. Tammy Duckworth, during the Pete Hegseth confirmation hearings, was very clear that she was going to make it her life's mission to get rid of him. I think that's what a lot of this is about.
All right. We will see you on Monday. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Magdalene, we have a couple of minutes left here. And now the real star of our show, Jude number two. Let's get this up there so you can actually hear you. This is the biggest bag over the head. So I come all the way up here to go to the Christmas vacation with you, and we got a bag over the head. But I don't think it came from Chevy.
No, I don't think so. I think somebody dropped the ball. You don't send an email at 11:20 p.m. the night before the show and say there's been a scheduling conflict. That just doesn't happen. And if he was sick, they probably would have just come out and said he's taken ill. Unfortunately, we have to.
Well, we're going to find out tomorrow because he has a show in Charlotte.
Right. Yeah, my buddy's got tickets in Charlotte tomorrow. So if he shows up at that one, then somebody didn't tell him he was supposed to be in Richmond on Wednesday. Is what I think.
So yesterday I was telling the story for all of our TV audience, which you can see behind me. Max like, I should have bought a house on a lake. You had no idea that there was this wind issue here on the banks of the Potomac. I wonder how anyone could live here long term.
I don't know, man. It's already starting to make me question my decision. I go sleepless half the nights here.
I mean, it's beautiful, but it's just windy, and it's windy all the time. And it's something that's hard to get used to. And I was telling the audience yesterday about our car travails. Like, this is literally a planes, trains, and automobiles moment here. But I did manage to make it all the way to Maryland and back. All right, finally, last night, and I don't know what's going on in the NFL. This is the weirdest season I can remember. Tampa Bay is going to beat Atlanta handily last night. And then out of nowhere, a 14-point deficit turns out to be a 1-point victory. On the last play of the game, they beat Tampa at home. So Tampa's now lost 2 in a row at home. And now the NFC South is what? Carolina is the only one that has a winning record.
They're in first place now.
But they've only won. They're one game above 500.
Yeah, they're 7-6.
7-6.
And Tampa's 7-7.
So Atlanta has now been eliminated. The Saints were already out. Atlanta's now been eliminated. Just the strangest year. I just find the stuff that's going on in the NFL right now, with all the gambling and stuff, and like you were talking about, the parity in the league. You can't even have a team. The closest that you came was Kansas City. And of course, everyone complained that Kansas City and they were just handing it to Mahomes. Well, we have to have, the colored guy has got to offset the records that Brady set. But Kansas City's not even a dynasty anymore.
No, I mean they're what 7-6 this year or 6-7, whatever. I mean they're probably not going to make the playoffs. So,
and can you explain and yes, we're going to say Redskins. Can you explain to Redskins fans how do you go from being 12-5 and beating the almost undefeated Detroit Lions in the playoffs last year? What have you lost? 8 in a row?
8 in a row.
8 in a row.
Soon to be 12 in a row.
Soon to be 12 in a row. That's the old college spirit.
Well, it's just I think it all came from their head coach, because he, if you looked at him in preseason, right when he walked on the field in practice this year, he gained about 20 pounds. I'm like, that's not a good sign. It means he's taking focus off himself, when you take focus off yourself, then you can't be focused on other things. And look how they're playing. It's proof.
My buddy Josh at Kane said he was at the game. That's because my Bucks couldn't tackle a scarecrow. Josh, that's 2 in a row, bro. I wish I was betting with you. On another note here on the way out, because we had a really good visit, and we'll be here till tomorrow. This house is just really beautiful. I wish I could show it to people. And the Christmas decorations. But we passed a house. We passed a neighborhood down the road from here that as far as the eye could see down that little road were Clark Griswold house competitions.
Yes, every single house was lit up.
I mean, it looked to me like they must have been like these are $1,000 setups here, multi-$1,000. Yeah. Who does this? You pay somebody to come in do this. Here in this area, though, Northern Virginia, kind of passed a couple last night coming in across from the Maryland side of the Potomac. It's really festive up here. There's a lot of holiday, a lot of Christmas lighting all around here. So Christmas spirit is actually alive and well. And the formerly great state of Virginia. What the hell happened to Virginia? It's like you live in a police state around this joint.
I know. You can't get anything through. You can't do anything.
Yeah, it really is tragic. And if you know anything about the history of the state of Virginia, you know, the Old Dominion was, well, you know what? South Carolina's secession in 1861 goes nowhere if Virginia doesn't follow suit. Now, Virginia wouldn't do it immediately. It took like 4 attempts in the legislature. It's just sad to see. And it's just all probably the influence of Northern Virginia. This is Henrico. Was it what are the top 3 counties? Henrico, Fairfax, or Fairfield?
No, it's not Henrico. It's Fairfax. Loudon, and Arlington.
And Arlington County screws everything up for the whole state.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to do it here for us here. It's been fun in our little mobile studio here. If you could see this whole table, I had to apologize to Mac's wife, Robin, because I destroyed this table. It was so beautifully set up with these beautiful little Christmas trees and everything. And I came in with a wrecking ball and just moved everything out of the way. So we'll be back live in studio on Monday. You can shop in the store at shop.mikechurch.com. You can buy a gift card membership for anyone that you know at crusadechannel.com/card. And of course, you can make a donation in any amount at crusadechannel.com/donate. I'm going to sign off and send back to Maggie in the studio. We will see y'all live here on Monday. Until then, a happy and blessed feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. See you Monday. God bless you and Merry keep you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.